Okay, looks like we are live. Last we left off, under the guidance of Notch, you make your way to fulfill your contract, seeking down an individual by the name of Lauren that you quickly discover is not what he appears to have been. His reputation of being the savage individual now magnified or multiplied under his true guise of this what could be best described as some sort of demon-like creature with protruding spikes all over his body. A fight and a chase ensues, leaving to Lauren's head being separated from its shoulders as you pack the demon-like head away in a carrying capacity. You choose together to make your way back. You choose to make your way back to where it all started for you guys, out in Ashwood, where you know the Dogs of War, quote-unquote, headquarters is located, or a base of operations, or guild is currently located. You do also know that this trip is not a short one, as it took you roughly 6 to 7 days just to get to this hideout to fulfill this contract. Unsure whether or not this contract is still good, judging by the captured picture of the wanted fugitive's head, now in demon form. We shall see. Nevertheless, as you make your way through trees, groves, following a dirt-ridden path, coming across and using the waterfront as sort of a waypoint or a guide or some sort of a marker, you come across the waterfall that you've crossed once before, which now seems to have been different. As you begin to cross, Kurlithos himself begins to cross. These tentacles kind of thwip up, wrapping around his legs and dragging him halfway into the water as he holds on to these rocky kind of stepping stones. As half of his body, his lower half of the body, begins to get soaked under the cool water. The sounds of the waterfall kind of rushing not too far away from you as the current also is being forcefully pushed on your shoulders as you hold on. As Flea jumps to assist, at mid-jump, another tentacle wraps around Flea and pulls him down and begins to drag him back to where he has come. Thalia, Flynn, and Phileas, as they stand there watching on the shoreline, the sounds of I don't want to say a demonic squawk, but the sounds of like a squawk going through a synthesizer. I can't act it out, unfortunately, but like a crow, kind of a gurgly, evil-like cacaw can be heard coming out of the water as these tentacles begin to show what they're attached to. Please hold. Just a moment. Absolutely. All right, cool. So one there, and as the other one protrudes out of the water, yanking you. As they come out of the water, you see what can be best described as a beak brain tentacle thing. As these all are merged together, a much better picture is up on the wall for your viewing pleasure to give you an idea of what you start to see coming out of this water. And it's at that point in time that we are going to start our initiatives as I change our soundtrack.
Oh shit.
Shit, I got it muted. Hold on.
Flea regrets his decision. We need to include initiative, right?
That's a great idea, Thalia.
And what?
No, Thalia had sent me an idea. That's not a bad one at all, actually. All right, as I get everything situated here, we got our music going. I just realized I have Dory on the stream. As the purple demon baby. I should actually get a picture of the purple demon baby. All right, guys, cool. So, everyone got their initiatives going? All right, fantastic. Rolling initiative in 3, 2, 1. You guys are awesome. All right, Flynn, as we discussed, everything that's going down, as you see Kerlithos' body pulled halfway under the water, and as that's happening, this brain beak tentacle thing begins to rise like halfway out of the water, and you just see the water kind of trickle through each of the crevices of this brain-like shape. The other one, as the tentacles thwip out about 10 feet, and they begin to wrap around our dear friend Flea as they drag him across studded rocky water. For the record, Kerlithos and Flea, you are both effectively grappled instantly based on this hit. And I need both of you to make me a Constitution saving throw. Let's get those shitty rolls out of the way first.
16.
A
13.
16. As you feel these tentacles, they wrap around you, you start to feel prickly sensations begin to enter into your body, almost like jellyfish stings in a sort of a way. Fortunately for you, you feel the pricklies, and it kind of feels like static electricity a little bit, but you don't feel any effects of it as this courses into your skin. All right, Flynn, you are up, buddy.
What the hell is this? And I'm just gonna blast the closest one to me with a frostbolt.
Get it. Your frostbolt streaks across the water, kind of separating the water under its own projectile force push. Slams into the back of this beak brain tentacle thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna move over here, and that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, and as you move back using Phileas as some sort of a meat shield, it is Kerlithos' turn. Kerlithos, you are grappled, and because of the flavor, technically prone as well, but I'm willing to work with you.
Okay, I'm gonna try and break the grapple.
100%. As you reach into the water to try to release the grip that's pulling you under as this beak brain thingy is popping out of the water, go ahead and roll a strength or a dexterity. Not in strength, sorry. Athletics or acrobatics. That's my fault. Oh, shit.
I'll take it.
Absolutely. As you kind of just reach into the water, you take your massive Loxodon hand, you crunch it, and then the tentacle goes, "Ah!" If it can squeal, it would, as it kind of just releases under your own pressure. As you release it and kind of push it away, the indentation of your squeeze is still kind of in the tentacle as it kind of retracts into the water.
I am going to try and move back. So, and then I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
The maneuver to get out is actually your action that round, unless you have an ability that gives it as a bonus action.
That was fine.
But you still have a bonus action if you wish to use that, if you have anything to use with it.
Hot second. Let me check. Yep, that'd be my turn.
All right. Beak, brain, tentacle thingy. We need to figure out which one's first. Beautiful, thank you. And that's the one that was with Kerlithos. As it begins to rise, like a picture of the Predator coming out of that stream with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He just kind of rises out of the water. The tentacles begin to kind of thwip on the surface of the water. It does appear to float, as if it is hovering or flying. These tentacles, once again, reach out towards you, Carlitos, this time around your waist and chest area. Alright, so we're doing the ECAC thing. So this attack is for 21. Do you remember what your ECAC was?
Yeah, it caps out at 18.
18, so it hits. You feel these tentacles spear into you and kind of wrap around as these pricklies can be felt again, this time on your shoulders and chest area as it wraps around you. The piercing itself is 18. I need a con save, please.
15.
Fantastic. As your skin tightens up, you feel the pricklies, but you don't feel any effects happening at this moment in time. However, you are once again considered grappled, although standing up. This creature begins to kind of pull you in with the tentacles and attempts to beak you and bite you. With a 9 to hit, not enough, as you kind of wiggling back and forth and your tusk kind of bops it in its face sideways. And that takes care of that. Phileas, your go.
Lady Thalia, please help Carlithos! And I will cast Shield of Faith on Thalia.
Fantastic.
And I will follow up with Word of Radiance on the beak one that's close to me.
Word of Radiance, is that the AoE or is that a single target?
Single target, dex save? Con save.
Oh, motherfucker. Each creature of your choice that you see within range.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Sorry, that is 5 feet.
Yeah.
Sacred Flame.
Got you. That is a dex save, I believe.
Dex save, yep.
With a 22 on his dex save, the creature itself, in the whole movement concept, you just kind of overshoot as your flame thwips past this creature's beak. It's a save and suck, right?
Save and suck, yep.
Okay.
That was a cantrip and a spell. I will hold my ground and brace using the medium armor stuff.
Fantastic. Just keep in mind what it does, because I don't have that memorized. Thalia, you are up.
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on the Grell attacking Kirlithos.
Sacred Flame, roger that.
Yep.
I seriously rolled another natural 20 for that save. With a 22. I'm rolling 2 20s in a row. It's going to be a good night, boys! As this flame, once again, just kind of thwips past it.
And I'm going to move to here. And that'll be my turn.
Fantastic. Flee as you're trying to hold on to rocks being pulled backwards.
I have to break the grapple. So that would be acrobatics or athletics, correct?
Correct.
Brett!
Fantastic. You know, you actually find one of the rocks that aren't kind of buckling under your pressure, trying to hold yourself, and you wind up spinning it in a way that turns your entire body, kind of unwinding the tentacle as it thwips back towards this creature.
Let's see. Since I can have the bonus action of...
Because of a nat 20, I'm going to say you are able to spin it where you stand up in the process for free.
Alright, so I'm gonna, like you said, have my hand on one of the rocks. I'm gonna just, like, use all my might to just fling myself up. So I have my legs standing on 2 other rocks. And I'm going to bonus action dash.
Okay.
So 5, 10, nope, that's 10 right there.
Technically, it could be 5 if you want to. You can go diagonal.
Oh. 5. How much movement? I have 35, so that's 10. 20. 30. 35.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
I know you bonus action dash. Did you disengage as well, or are you going to take the attack of opportunity?
I'm going to just take the opportunity.
All right, we will make it a beak attack. with an 18 to hit.
That does hit.
Not too bad, as you kind of are swinging past this creature, just trying to kind of follow you, and you kind of get smacked with the side of the beak for 6 piercing damage. Would that be your turn?
That will be all, sir.
As you slam into this creature's beak, because I believe this is the next one, as you slam into the creature's beak, it lets out this curdling cacaw, this demonic, evil, just shriek cacaw, which seems to vibrate the water beneath. Anyone with a passive perception of, let's go with 13 or better?
That'd be me.
That's me.
Not high.
Not die.
And for those with that 13 or better passive, you hear a return shriek. Sounds like it's coming from elsewhere. All right, so brain fucking tentacle thingy. I'm gonna say that was his bonus action to make that shriek, and he'll only get 1 attack this turn. So, what's your intelligence, you son of a bitch? Or actually, they're fucking brains. They're actually kind of smart. So. Sorry, I'm thinking. This creature begins to hover. It goes in the air 10 feet and over 5 for 15 feet of movement. I'm just going to put 10 feet in its name. Representing 10 feet in the air. The tentacles whip out again towards you, Flea, as you're kind of jolting the fuck out of it. The tentacles reach with a 17.
That does hit.
Alright, but I believe you will have your damage reduction, right? Nope, you're 15 max.
Nope,
Damn.
15.
Whoa. These tentacles really grab you. With the force of you pulling away, you start to feel them squeeze into your legs and open spots for 12 piercing damage.
Will's in trouble.
Give me a con save, please.
17.
Nice. Once again, you feel these spines in you, but there's no real effects happening right now. But it will use the rest of its movement. And drag you with it. As you are effectively grappled. You little fucking whorebag. 1 second.
Will's pretty much screwed.
Sorry, I gotta make a stable mini for this so it doesn't fall off the damn waterfall. There you go. And it's just kind of dragging you with the tentacle. In fact, to be a little bit more realistic, I'm just gonna put you here as it has to drag you, and just the way the normal physics would work, it would pull you kind of that way. Alright, and it's bringing you closer. It's reeling you in, man. Flynn, round 2.
Alright, how far is that drop gonna be? Is it gonna be like 15 feet from the table, or is it more?
The table is not to scale when it comes to height. Let's just call it a solid 30 for now.
Copy.
So let's say 10 foot per plank.
Yes, I'm gonna. I don't really have anything that can be helpful. So I'm just going to. I'm gonna blast the guy, grapple him, flee.
Get it.
21.
Another frostbolt flies right past Thalia's shoulder, slamming into the beak brain tentacle thing. For another 6 cold damage.
And that's my turn.
One moment here. I just want to see if he's immune to anything. Alright, cool. As it slams into, you hear that cacaw, that shrieking cacaw. And your turn is up. Carlitos, you are up. As you are no longer... No, you are grappled again, correct?
Yeah. I'm gonna try and break the grapple.
Get it.
A 13.
As you try to squirm and manage your way out of there, the tentacles just tighten up harder.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Beak Brain Tentacle Thing on you, Kerlithos. It will attempt to bring you in and start to kind of peck at you while you're grappled within its tentacle. But you kind of tighten up, and every time it tries to bite you, like it's trying to bite you in your face, but your tusks keep on keeping it at just a distance that it's snapping 2 inches in front of your face. However, as it's doing that,
Is Kerlithos considered a medium creature still?
Large.
100%. No, he's not large. He's
Oh.
still considered medium.
And
Yeah.
is a Grell large?
Medium.
How does that work?
It's actually part of his tentacle ability.
It is? Okay.
100%.
Alright.
Yeah, but yeah. If you're gonna metagame accurately.
Well, I didn't know. I thought that small creatures couldn't do it. I know what it's called. I just didn't know what
So
that
this
it could grapple large creatures.
this beak brain tentacle thing is still floating. It's not down there, obviously. It's considered still in the same playing field as everyone else. It's just about to pull Kerlithos off of the waterfall. Well, still grappled, but you know, there's not gonna be a floor under you soon. Phileas.
Seeing that, I will aim at that creature who's dragging Kerlithos off, and let's see here. I'm gonna slide over here. Can I slide right there? Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And I'm going to take 2 rocks from the just 1 rock from the riverbed, and catapult it at.
Fuck yeah.
It's gonna be cast at level 2.
Fucking amazing. That's a spell you don't see all that often.
Alright, so 15 points of damage, or no, 17 points of damage, and it is a...
It's a dex save, right?
I think it's a dex save. Yep. And spell save is DC.
With a 9 to my roll.
Alright, 17 points.
Boom! You cast your spell on this rock as it so fast that it freaking whistles. You said how much again? 17?
17 points, yep.
With an incredible hit.
And I will use 15 movement for bracing myself.
Give me 1 second, just checking on something. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. 100%.
Yeah, but it can't move him. It can grapple him, but it can't move him because he's large. Has to be medium.
He's not large.
I thought that's what he said. He's large.
No, Loxodons are
okay,
considered
I'm
medium
sorry.
creatures.
I'm sorry.
All right.
It was large.
And
Okay.
Phileas, you said you're done there. I'm sorry.
Yep, using 15 points of movement for armor point, and I'm done.
Fantastic, Thalia. You see Phileas just lift up this stone, and it catapults. In fact, Phileas, what does that look like to you?
He pulls it out of the riverbed. It starts glowing with gold energy, and then it just shoots straight forward, leaving a trail of gold.
And that's what you see as it slams and cracks the beak of this thing. And
You
you're-
went after the one that's down the fall, right?
Well, technically he's floating. I just don't have the means to.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna step into the surf here, and then because my halberd has the reach ability, I should be able to try and
Absolutely.
Grill here.
Yep, you absolutely have range.
Come on, crit him! Crit him!
20.
20 is more than enough to hit this creature as your blade just kind of slides into gray tissue.
All right, and then it is 6 slashing.
Slash into it, it kind of oozes this kind of like darkish colored viscous fluid.
All right, and that's all I got.
Flea, you're up. As you're being... No, you broke the grapple. No, you're being dragged. So as you're being dragged, it's your go.
Trying to break it. With a 17?
17 is more than enough, as once again, you just a little squirmy bastard. You just kind of get yourself out and your body splashes into the ground.
So I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage, and half my movement will be to stand up.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20,
What's your overall movement speed?
35.
Oh, nice.
I don't want to die. And because that's all I can do, that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. Beak Brain, the one that was just kind of trying to eat you, is no longer grappled as it reaches out for Thalia. Wow, with a 21 to hit, Thalia. I don't think your armor hits 21, does it?
No. That is
You get hit for 3 piercing damage, as there's not much exposed skin with your armor, but it finds a chink in the armor and you start to feel little spines going. Give me a con save, please.
Did you increase your armor class from Shield of Faith?
Ooh.
What is the bonus to that?
+2.
+2. That puts
So
me at
that would be
20. That would've
21
been-
exactly.
Yep, so that would have absolutely triggered your damage reduction. What is your damage reduction?
Armor reduction is -8.
Beautiful. So these tentacles, now unfortunately you gotta take at least 1 point of damage, but as these tentacles squeeze into you, it finds one little rivet hole and it just kind of spink for 1 point of piercing damage. However, you are grappled as these tentacles kind of just stick and adhere to your armor all around you. It will then drag you. And it only moves 15 feet as you kind of dangle under. I'm just going to place you on top for shits and grins. But you're technically, it's 10 feet in the air. It grabbed you and it pulled you over 15 feet. So you are dangling, let's say, 5 feet underneath it, which would put you roughly 35 feet above the water surface below.
Alright. Thalia is screaming and terrified because she is now well over the body of water that she does not want to be in at all.
And that would be Beak Brain, Tentacle Thing, 10 feet's turn. Bringing us to round 3. Flynn.
You boys want to relocate the fight on the bottom level? 'Cause I got a spell that can get us there. I'm trying to read the range on Featherfall. Choose up to 5 falling creatures within range. So to use Featherfall, do we have to be falling for it to take effect?
Link the spell. So, it's a reaction. Any creatures within 60 feet of you, up to 5 falling creatures. So the target has to be up to 5 falling creatures. So yeah, they have to physically be falling in order to trigger the effect. I'm willing to work with some color. You know what I mean?
If you want to wait and jump with us, I'm willing to do it.
You could absolutely hold your action and turn to say, hey, look, I'm going to wait till everyone's turn and they all jump together. I'm okay with that. That sounds fair. It would be well, it's a reaction, so technically you would still have your action and bonus action as well.
Alright, let's do that. I'm going to message everyone, hey guys, get ready to jump. And then I'm just going to Frostbolt the one on Thalia.
Okay. Go ahead. Send it, baby. Send it. I'm going to move Thalia's token so I can get access to the health pool thingy.
A 14.
14, once again, boom, into this creature. The brain matter is starting to freeze in locations, and its flight seems to be staggered a little bit.
That's the end of my turn.
Absolutely. And then you said you're holding your reaction so everyone can use their movement to jump at the same time. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, and then you roll 60 feet per round until the spell ends. So that's good. If you all hold your jump action, at the end of this round, you will all be on the ground safely. All right, so, Carlitos, as you're trying to hold on, as you feel yourself getting closer and closer to the water's edge.
Yeah, I'll try and break the grapple again.
Get it, boy, get it.
That was a 7.
Unfortunately, this grip is just extra tight on you and just tightens up a little bit more. You actually go a little bit as you kind of just squeeze some of the air out of your lungs.
All right.
No bonus action?
Nope.
Damn. All right. Beak brain thing, the one that's pulling Kerlithos. Oh joy, oh my. Kind of reels you in, so I'm just going to say for shits and grins, you're dangling 5 feet below, and I'm going to make that one of his attack actions to do that. It will try to beak you in the process, though. With only a 13 to hit, what's your ECAC?
12 to 18.
So as the beak crunches down on you, it does make contact. What's your armor reduction?
If I'm in heavy, is that 8? Or how does that work?
It's there's a list in somewhere here. 1 second. If someone can find it before I can, for sake of time, that would be great.
I think it's your whatever your armor is. So if you're working like, wait, it's minus 10 off of what your AC was. That would be the difference. Plus, because if you're wearing heavy armor, you don't get any dex mod.
Got you. So it's 8. He has 8 for his armor reduction. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so 1 point. Well, actually, is it 1 point? What did I roll for beak? I didn't. That's why. The hit for 13. So 5. Let's just say 1 point of damage as you reduce majority of it. You feel like some of your armor bend in just a tad, and you feel that pressure in your skin. As it reels you in, I'm also gonna say that's half of his movement. So it will use 15 feet of movement to start floating downwards, Kerlithos, towards the middle of the waterfall. So let's just say he is, and I'll change his name to represent where he is. Please hold. Not Kerlithos, you idiot. There you go. So this 15 feet represents the bottom level height. All right. So that takes us to Phileas.
Okay, so both are being suspended in the air, right?
Yes, they're both generally, well, Thalia is about 35 feet off the surface below, and Kerlithos is about 15 feet off the surface below. Decisions. He got DC'd right as his turn happened. He should come back pretty quick. Give him a hot minute.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello, test.
Yep.
Yeah, we
All
hear
right.
you.
All right, so you said Thalia's pretty high up and Kerlithos not so much.
Thalia is about 35 feet off the bottom surface, and Kerlithos is about 15 feet off the surface.
Okay, if I look down, does it look like just water, or is there like a rock bed down there too?
Where you are, it's solid ground. Where they are looks absolutely what you see on the map, so it definitely looks water. From your angle and the way the sun is hitting, it looks kind of deep down there.
And they're both, if I look at both of them, they're both wearing heavy armor, huh?
Yeah, they sure are.
I'm going to catapult again at the first level.
Okay.
The one that's on Kerlithos.
Get it.
It's a deck save.
Roger that. Let me just move Kerlithos for a minute here. Dex save. With a 12. What's your thingy?
13, and it'll do
Fantastic.
6 bludgeoning.
Once again, your catapult spell chucks this rock and it whips across, and you hear a loud thud as it slams into gray matter.
And I will ready my action to jump.
Okay, and just to make sure we are on the same page, everyone's jumping at the bottom of this round, right? So everyone's at the bottom at the start of next round, correct?
Correct.
All right, so as you get ready to jump, Thalia, you're up.
Alrighty. Can I still hit the the thing?
You didn't get you passed your con save, so yes, you absolutely have an action.
Okay, then I'm just gonna try to stab it with my halberd. $21.
As you chunk into it from below, it screeches in pain. Go ahead, give me
12 slashing.
Nice roll.
the gray matter oozes onto you from where the tentacles come out and it just kind of starts to drip all over you.
Just not worry about it.
Would that be your turn?
Yes.
All right, Flea, you're up.
I'm gonna move over to the edge and try to take a shot at the one holding Thalia.
Get it.
23.
Absolutely. Just screeches and swoop right into it.
15 piercing.
Get the fuck out of here. All right.
And poison for 1.
Your bolt slams into gray matter so effectively it slides straight on through. The creature is holding on barely.
I will ready my bonus action to jump.
Okay. That was the end of all your turns, so as you guys agreed upon, you're all jumping down.
Cowabunga, dude.
Let me just make sure you're in a adjacent spot. Boom. As you all, why don't you, it's your spell, Flynn. What does that look like?
I kind of like put my right foot on the edge of the cliff, and I kind of lean forward. I turn around, and I just fall like my back. I'm just suiciding myself. But as I'm falling, I just kind of twirl my hand around, and I get this blue little squiggly line just goes flying and flying, and then it hits everybody, and they all of a sudden become light as a feather.
Fantastic. Flea, how do you dive off the cliff?
Flea's just closing his eyes and just jumping straight in the air like he was told.
Phileas, how are you jumping off the cliff?
He's gonna be clutching his chest in a praying motion.
Awesome, and you guys feel weightless for but a brief moment in time as your feet lightly hit the ground.
Question.
Sir.
Since I was behind Flynn, would I get sneak attack?
Yeah, absolutely. Not to mention,
Sorry,
he's, technically, because Thalia's adjacent to Beak Brain Tentacle thing, you would get sneak attack.
7 damage.
Okay, so we're going to rewind something. As you're flying down, you take your shot. That bolt slams through the creature. Thalia, the pressure around your breastplate and your armor begins to loosen and weaken. You're 35 feet off of the ground as you begin to slide down. Holy shit, how far away is Flynn from Thalia?
He's within 60 feet, actually. I checked that
You
before.
can absolutely use your reaction to get him as well if you wish, or her.
Of course.
As you... Go ahead.
I have a question. At what point is a creature considered bloodied, or bleeding, or bloodied or bleeding?
I know we covered this. Zoe, can you hand me those loose pieces of paper right there, please?
Because I should be getting bonuses to the damage because I have an axe weapon.
Okay, well, while we do the... Oh, here we go. New conditions. Bleeding. Bleeding, a creature suffers a d4 necrotic damage at the start of each of its turn and regains at least 1 HP. A creature can use its action to make a DC medicine check successful. Blah, blah, blah. Bloodied. A creature below... Okay. A creature below half HP is considered bloodied. A creature below a quarter HP maximum is considered well-bloodied. So, yeah. So, next time, just keep me in mind of that, and then we'll start adding
Okay.
those,
I didn't remember it, and then I was like looking at the weapons.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh, shit.
100%.
All
All right, so Thalia, even though you fall down 35 feet, and I'm just going to say you at least hit the water surface, and your armor's heavy enough to break the tension of the water. As you start to, once you touch the surface of the water, the spell fades, and you just bloop into the water. You know what? Thalia, roll me a D4 plus 1.
D4 plus 1.
Each number that you roll on this represents 1 cube of depth.
1d4 plus 1.
You fall fucking shit. 5 cubes deep into the water. So you are 5, 10, like 25 feet under the surface of the water right now. As your heavy armor just takes you straight down to the bottom.
Yeah. So she's like, as she was falling down to the ground, she was like calling out like, "Get me, please! I can't swim!" And she's going all, and now she's like trying to desperately to like, she's not going to be able to get her armor undone. That's how armor works.
And then you guys all make your way down here, which takes us to the 10-footer that just died. Flynn, top of the round.
Got a little trick and pony for Thalia. I don't even have a rope. I'm gonna yell at Flea and Thalia. You guys gotta get some rope and get Thalia out quick. And I'm just gonna go to the edge and I'm going to frostbolt the other mob.
All right, so real quick, as you do that, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Creature can hold its breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus its Constitution modifier, minimum of 30 seconds. When the creature runs out of breath or is choking, it can survive a number of rounds equal to its Con modifier before he dies.
So I've got 3 minutes.
3 minutes of holding your breath, technically, yes. Now, with a 14, your bolt, boom, into gray matter. It kind of, once again, cacaws and shrieks. For 2 cool damage. I'm moving you, Carlithos, so I can do that.
That's the end of my turn.
Just before that happens, because it was part of the plan, you see, well, as your bolt's flying out, we can even do it like that. As your bolt's flying out, from underneath the waterfall, whoosh, another one begins to kind of flutter out. All right, so now, Carlithos, you're up.
Sacred flame this thing that's holding on to me.
Get it, boy.
DC 13 deck save.
With a 10 to my save, you're
6 radiant.
Sure, why don't you fucking tell me how that looks as you're dangling from 5 feet below?
I just look up and I utter the words, "The gods have found a worthy opponent."
As you reach up, the fiery hand of God is just singeing the shit out of this creature, and once again it vibrates and shrieks. It's a shriek loud enough that you were like, "Oh fuck!" Like it really hurts your ears. Would that be your turn?
Yep, that'll be my turn.
Yeesh. Brain matter fucker is going to pull you. I'm going to put you up here to represent where it is under the waterfall. And it will beak you. With a 17, which will definitely trigger your armor reduction or damage reduction. So 9 piercing minus your 8. 1 point of piercing damage just starts cracking into your armor.
Okay.
I actually feel like you guys are tanky. Like actually as a DM, I'm feeling the tankiness of that armor right now.
Not me.
Oh yeah, well, choices. So, Carlithos, as you get pulled into the water kind of just smashes into your eyes just for a moment, kind of semi-blinding you for a second, but as you come to, you just see the cascading water on the other side of you, and you're obviously under the waterfall at this moment. Still dangling, of course.
Okay.
All right.
Is it water below me, or is it rock now?
I'm going to go with 50-50 on that one to my best. I mean, yes, there's definitely a shoreline underneath you, but if you were to drop, I'm going to give it a 50-50 whether or not you're going to hit ground or water, basically. Make sense?
Mm.
All right, so that takes us to Phileas. Phileas, yeah, you're up.
All right, he's going to see Thalia plunge in the water, and he's going to look around. He sees the rat pretty damaged. He's going to run up to the rat. "Bahamut pities you, foul creature! and a pillar of flame just envelops the rat, and then it subsides and glows on his skin and cure wounds on you. How do I cast this? Just click on it. Level 1. You get. Is that plus it? Oh man, that's minimum roll. You get 4 points of health, Bri.
Are you, you're not a life domain cleric, are you?
No, I'm light.
Light, okay. Oh, you're the blaster. Nice.
And so that was 5 feet of movement. And then I will 5, 10, dive into the water.
As
And
you dive in, once again, the water's chilly and cold to the touch, but you see it's clear enough. It's still kind of murky, but it's clear enough that you can see the shimmering light off of Thalia's armor, giving you a direction of where she is. The bottom bubbles, just kind of as she's squirming to try to get her heading.
And I had enough movement to move 1 space down.
Fantastic. So he's 5 cubes down, so 4 more cubes. And then obviously your water movement, I think, is half if you don't have swimming, I believe.
Yep.
And you know you get Fireball, I think, next level, right?
Nope.
Is it next level or level 5?
I multi-classed.
Oh, never mind. All right, cool. Thalia, you are struggling as you start to feel the pressure of the water kind of pushing in on your chest. Lucky for you, during your featherfall, you took a nice deep breath in before you hit water. Fearing the worst, you see a splash above you, about 25 feet above you in the water.
I see Phileas, and I'm gonna kind of like be reaching out, trying to grab at him, even though he's clearly way too far away.
Absolutely. Would that be your full turn?
That's all I really have. I can't swim.
I agree. Flea. After a healing burn enters your furry flesh, you see Phileas diving in like a swan dive, the fucking cool kind. Like he takes a little bit of air first, and then hits the water.
Okay. Can we still see the one that's got Kerr?
No, they are under the waterfall. They have completely vanished from line of sight. You would hear probably, I'm sure Carlitos is not taking this in silence. I'm sure he's probably saying, "You fucking mother foul creature, God hates you," stuff. So you probably hear the echoing of whatever he would say in that moment.
How joyous. And we got this other boy floating in front of us.
He just came out from under the waterfall, yes.
Oh, fuck my life. I'm gonna go move. Wow, there we go. Move here. Bonus action would probably be to reload my crossbow.
Okay.
And I'll take a shot at the one that just popped up.
Get it. No sneak attack on this one.
Nope. Does a 20 hit?
Fuck yeah, it hits. Dude, you hit like
18 piercing.
Fuck out of here, dude. You hit so hard at your level.
Plus 4 poison if it's not resistant.
Dude, I got a crazy idea to get this fight over with a lot sooner.
Alright, I'm all for it.
You'll see.
Your
It's coming up.
Your bolt slams into it, and just there's so much force behind your bolt, and the body of this creature is fairly soft with no real skeletal structure. It just passes right through it. You actually see like shit popping out of the other side.
Nice.
How does your assassination work, Flea? As long as you get surprised, you get the super damage?
Yeah. So would
Okay.
this creature be surprised?
Oh no, he
No.
sees all of you guys.
No, but I think I have a way to make you surprise anybody at any time.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
All right, round 5. Oh, I'm sorry, Flea. Was that your turn in total?
Yeah, I have nothing left.
Okay. The one that just flew out, that just got wickedly fucked, will lean forward as it stays 10 feet above, with Flynn exactly 10 feet below. It kind of, the tentacles reach out towards Flynn.
Shield?
Sure, the shield can absolutely do that. That's fine. So what's your new armor class?
17.
17. With a 16 to hit. See, now here's the part that we talk gray, right? Because technically it touched you, but it wasn't a complete touch. So let me just read something real quick.
Bad touch. Bad touch.
target is also grappled. It wouldn't be fair because that would increase. It would increase the amount of grapple, making it even stronger. Because under normal rules as written, you wouldn't be grappled because your armor class would have dodged it. I'm gonna say it doesn't grapple you, but it does at least squeeze you to try to get the trigger for the damage reduction. So, well, what's your armor class reduction?
I've light armor, and I started with 12, and I have 17.
Huh? What's your ECAC? Just tell me what that is.
I don't even know what that is. I didn't think I had any because I didn't have armor on.
So
you have 12
it's-
and 17, so 5?
Where are you getting 12 from? From your Dex mod?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're not wearing any armor, so it's 12-12, and now you have 12-17 because of the shield spell, right?
Yep.
Which is a +5, and the 5 is going to go straight to your armor, which would pick it by 5. So you take 1 point of piercing damage.
Sweet.
Absolutely. It'll then just kind of continue and try to bite you. And that doesn't do a damn thing, as a 10 is not enough as you dodge to the side as you hear a snap of a beak. Flynn, you're up.
I really don't want to move, and if I do a frostbolt in front of him, I'm going to get a negative effect to it, right?
Ranged attacks at point blank have disadvantage. But that doesn't apply for DC spell checks. So like the fucking God Hand burning, what do you call that shit again?
Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame, thank you. That's a save or suck, regardless of how far or close you are.
And reach into my pocket, and I'm going to pull out a. If I run away and take an opportunity hit, do I get grappled? Is it possible for him to grapple me?
It'll be a beak attack. It wouldn't be a tentacle attack.
Yeah, it would be like what I did, where I just got hit.
All right, I'm going to take that attack, and I'm going to move 30 feet right here behind Flea.
As it goes to bite you, it misses with such force. The hole that's in the side of it, more gray matter just spews out.
I'm going to put my hand on Flea's back, and I'm going to tell him, don't miss. And I'm going to use my ability to turn him invisible.
Oh, this is going to be great.
Wow. Absolutely. He lays your hand on, and you just start to dissolve. Fantastic. Would that be your turn, Flynn?
Yep, that's my turn.
Lethos, as you dangle, getting darker and darker, you know your setting. You go, my friend.
You said I'm 15 feet above still?
You're technically 15 feet over surface, correct?
Okay. I'm gonna tell it to drop.
Was that a wisdom save?
Yeah, wisdom.
I
13.
fucking rolled a nat 1. Yeah, so that didn't work out for him. As you say drop, the tentacles and just let you go as it just kind of floats there. All right, as you fall 15 feet, roll me a d6. You thud. Well, you know what? Hold on. Roll me a d100 as well. If it's above 51, you hit water. If it's below 51, you hit solid ground. Boom. You hit water as you splash. Now, it's not super deep here, but it's enough.
I think you said ground. You said above.
Oh, did I hit above? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You hit ground then. I apologize. I got confused in my head. So you'll hit the ground. You'll take your 3 bludgeoning damage on that. The ground itself, you hit like just on the cusp of the water. So I'm going to say like your feet might be in the water at this point.
All right. Am I prone or did I kind of superhero landing it?
You know what? Give me an acrobatics. Roll above a 12. I'll give you a superhero landing. Yeah,
16.
man. Fucking, you tell me what it looks like.
I just kind of am so heavy that I kind of just, boom, like it just just like kind of shakes a little bit when I land.
Like a mech.
Yeah. So, and then I'm just gonna try and hug the wall, like where there's solid ground, and walk as far like left as I can.
Okay.
So until there's water. So, is that where I would?
So
there would be water.
You see the trim of the waterfall?
Mhm.
Well, all of that is navigatable underneath the water. There's at least enough lip for that to happen. What you would notice, and I'll draw it on the map too, just to kind of give you an idea of what you're seeing, and I'll draw it in white. Okay, so let's just say this is that lip that it's rock wall.
Okay.
In this area here, about 10 feet above you, it seems to be a recess. But anything south, anything downriver of that solid white line that stretches across, there's at least some footing to get out of there.
Okay, so I was here, so I'm gonna try and hug this. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I guess I'll stop right there.
Awesome.
And that'll be my turn.
Beautiful. Everyone on the outside that's not underwater would hear a thud at some point, and it sounded really cool. Beak Brain, 15 feet. That's the one that you just told to drop. You know what? It's not letting you go that easily, as it will move 15 feet and lash out again with its tentacles. A 13 is not enough to trigger the grapple, but your AC is more than enough to take 1 point of fucking... Damn, you guys are tanky. 1 point of piercing damage.
Alright.
And, you know... Nah, I'm not going to let you do the con save either, because that would be the same rules as the grapple. That wouldn't be fair. Alright, cool. That is all she blows on that mother... Actually, no, fuck you. He's going in for the last 5 feet and is beaking you, too. And 11 doesn't do it, as you have a shield?
I do.
You pull your shield up and it just crunches on the edge of it. You actually see part of the beak on the other side of your shield trying to bite into it. Alright, Phileas, as you dive under the water, you hear...
So I'm 40 feet away, right?
You're 4 cubes northeast of Thalia, so 20 feet technically.
20 feet. Okay. All right. So I'll have to dash to get to him. So I'm
Correct.
swimming down and just swimming as hard as I can. He said that he was reaching out for me. Can I take that as he was trying to grapple me?
If he wishes to use his turn to initiate a free grapple, I'm okay with that.
Okay. Could I use my reaction to use the rest of my movement to go up?
Can I use my reaction to use the rest of my movement to go up?
Once he's grappled.
So how much movement have you used so far this turn?
40 of 60. So I'd be able to move 2 spaces up.
You'd be able to move, so you have 20 feet left, you'd be able to move half of that, so yeah, 10 feet. So yeah, 2 cubes up. I'm okay with that. So you'll be 3 cubes under surface tension, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so
So how about this? What if can I be assisting him? Because now I've have his added power, so I can kick with him?
you can kick. I don't know if your armor's gonna allow that to happen, but you can try.
So how do you want me to roll for that?
Here's what I want to do. I'll let you either. I'll give you it. I'll either let. No, can't do it that way because you're at disadvantage. He doesn't have shit, but he's holding on to you, trying to pull you up, and put you both at disadvantage. Why don't you both roll, in athletics, not acrobatics, because this is pure strength at this point. If your average goes above a 13, I'm gonna willingly say, due to the weight, you can move a 5-foot cube up.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
You want to use that DM inspiration, Steve?
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Unfortunately, that average does not cut the 13, my man. So you're swimming, and Thalia's kicking, but her weight is just so much gravity, and you're struggling to kind of get her. Like, you'll pull her up an inch or two, and then the weight pulls you right back down.
Dang. Well, that's all I got for right now.
All
I
right.
appreciate the effort.
Fantastic. Way to go, Phileas.
Look, man, I'm there for the people. I'm just not strong.
Well, it's Thalia's turn, and technically she can take a similar action to try to kick with you, and I'll let the same rules apply. If you wish to take that chance.
I mean, yeah, I'll try.
So another athletics from both of us?
Correct, and average it out. If it's over a 13, I'll let you move up a cube up.
Ooh, there we go. We got it.
That's beautiful.
That's 13.
Yep, I'll give you a cube up. Now, you have to maintain it because she's wearing fucking crazy heavy armor. So, in the next round, if you choose to get that next cube, you fail. You'll be knocked down a cube. Alright?
Okay.
Alright, so remember, there's 3 cubes you need to get to the surface. Or to get to the shore surface.
Gotcha.
Alright. Dahlia, would that be your turn completely?
Yeah, that's it.
Flee.
I mean,
go ahead.
actually, I could. No. Could I action surge and try it again?
You can action surge to try. However, he doesn't have action surge to assist you. As he's
Okay,
already.
So it's just based on my roll?
It'll be you, but because it'll be an athletics disadvantage because you have heavy armor on and you can't swim.
Okay.
A 10 unfortunately doesn't do it, but I'm not going to penalize you and say you fall down a notch.
Okay.
All right. That takes care of you. Flee, you're up.
Flynn, how does invisibility work? Do I have to stay still, or can I move?
You can move.
Okay. I'm going to move right here. Bonus action will be to reload and then take a shot.
Give me 1 second. Just checking something. Can someone give me a rules check real quick?
What do you want?
Blind sight. That's not the sense as tremor sight. Meaning, just because he has blind sight doesn't necessarily mean that he could
A monster-
sense.
If
So
he's
a monster with blind sight can perceive its surroundings without relying on sight within a specific radius. Creatures
Yeah.
without eyes, such as grimlocks and gray oozes, typically have this special sense, as do creatures with echolocation or heightened senses, such as bats or true dragons. The monster is naturally blind. It has a parenthetical note to this effect, indicating that the radius of its blind sight defines the maximum range of its perception. Tremor sense. A monster with tremor sense can detect and
How do I
pinpoint the
get
origin
into
of
that?
vibrations within a specific radius,
Thank you.
provided that the monster and the source of the vibrations are in contact with the same ground or substance. Tremor sense can't be used to detect flying or incorporeal creatures. Many burrowing creatures such as ankhegs have this special sense.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it a surprise then. It's not in contact with the ground, and doesn't matter. Doesn't have tremor sense. It only got blind sense.
All right, here we go. A 13.
Are you sure you want to go with 13? I'm just giving you an opportunity to use your inspiration. If you want to, you don't have to.
Yeah, I'll use it.
Okay.
$19.
A 19 absolutely hits, and so does that 13. So, as your arrow flies in, This creature is absolutely didn't expect to come from that angle. He thought it was coming from the other way. So by all means, do your dirty.
That's one roll. Because a crit is double, I'm just going to do another damage roll. So there's that. So that's 17 piercing.
Poison.
2 sneak attacks,
Okay.
which is 13,
So that's 30 right there.
and 6 poison.
Flea, how do you kill this creature?
Bolt just goes straight through its head and just keeps traveling on.
It literally into the shoreline and begins to float downstream under the natural flow of the water. Would that be your turn?
That's all I have left.
All right. Damn it, I always lose my board. There we go.
Alrighty.
Flynn, you're up, buddy.
Take it I still can't see this other brain thing up here,
Yeah,
right?
technically that's happening under the waterfall. With your passive perception, right in this location here, you definitely see, like, behind that rock, there seems to be enough room that if you were to, like, think thin, you could probably get through it.
Is there treasure behind the waterfall? Game is literally unplayable if there's no treasure behind the waterfall.
Nah, there's just a heart piece, man.
Can you not see the grids, guys?
What?
You can. You just gotta
Sometimes
zoom
I
out.
just gotta zoom out. Yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
Okay.
Possibly hold action to see if I need to feather fall somebody still. I don't think I do though.
Gotcha. Let's see what the Elephant Man's gonna do. You are up, Curlithos.
Flee.
That's another wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 1 before. Oh, no, I didn't. I was at something else. This was a 2. So, yeah. Flee, huh?
Yep.
You know what? Tell me what it looks like first. Like, how does this happen?
It's almost as if the voice telling it isn't my own. It almost sounds like it's either. It sounds like it's in Celestial when it says. I'm sorry. No, it has to be. I understand it. So sorry.
I was about to say, go ahead, do it in Celestial. Baby.
It's gonna be. It just doesn't sound like it's my voice.
Okay. Does it specifically say it has to? You know.
Yeah, it has to
that's
understand
fine.
you.
Okay. Well. Okay, that's fine. As you shout, you'll see this creature go into that hole we discussed, out of your line of sight completely. Would that be your turn?
And then I'm gonna try and move further. So that's 10. Does it look like I can squeeze through there myself?
I mean, it's gonna be tight. You might rip a part of your robes, but it's there.
And I'll try and emerge from the. I was trying to birth myself from the waterfall.
All right. As you Jim carry your way out of the edge of this waterfall, as if through the bum of a rhinoceros, you meet with the rest of your party, but you only see Flea and Flynn at the moment. Phileas, you're up.
Swimming.
Get it.
Am I helping?
Absolutely, same thing. 100%.
Alright. Well, thank God. And I'm gonna dash, so is that 2 squares?
I hate to say it, but I have a point of exhaustion, so that is actually the disadvantage roll.
Oh, we still got it.
Yeah, for the sake of time, I'll let you dash it. That's fine. But you still have one more roll to make. So before we go out, it's Dahlia's turn next. So I'm assuming that's where your turn ends.
What's that?
That's where your turn ends, Steve.
Yeah, to dash up the 2 squares.
Gotcha. So you're only 1 cube away from surface.
So am I making a second roll for that dash?
No. That's part of his thing.
Okay,
He's helping
okay.
you out. That's okay. I'm not gonna be that much of a dick. So yeah, no, I'm cool with that. So now it's Thalia's turn. If you want to make that roll again, and this is with the disadvantage, unfortunately.
13.
13 is what I was asking for. As you both break that surface tension, as you gasp, Flynn, Carlitos, and Flea, you see both of your colleagues struggling to stay above surface water, which takes us to Flea.
I'll drop my crossbow and dash to go grab them and try and help them best I can.
Absolutely.
I is kind of like flailing like in a like desperate way, and it's not helping the situation.
While I'm running, I would say my sleight of hand would be to wrap a rope on me and throw it at Flynn.
I'm gonna catch it.
I'm gonna hope you're gonna catch it.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
You want
And
me to
it's
roll?
my turn now.
It is.
I'm gonna look at the elephant. I'm like, here, take this, and I'm gonna hand him the rope. Get ready to pull.
So for the record, because you're holding on to them, Flea,
Mhm.
I'm not going to allow them to descent anymore. So they're not going to
Okay.
go down in levels. They'll stay. You're holding them above surface tension, but we'll see what the rest of the team does. As you hand Carlitos the rope, you both can absolutely pull together with advantage, if you wish, using a athletics check.
My athletics is so low. I don't might be like a negative if I do anything.
I mean,
Still roll
Phileas is
high,
-1.
and I'm helping.
So
I do count as one size larger when I'm dragging or lifting, so I would believe I'm lifting them out of the water
absolutely.
as a large creature.
So as a large creature doesn't give what? Does it give you a +2 to your roll? Technically, someone
I don't
check
know
your
what the.
because I believe the modifiers
Get out of
go up each class you go up. Fuck it for now. +2. You're gonna get this with an advantage, 100%.
So 19.
Beautiful, 19, and then the fucking Flynn. Give me an advantage athletics check as well.
11.
You
30.
pull them enough to be on shore. I'll give you that. They're still halfway in, and I'm just going to say you guys take 10 as you all try to help each other to pull each other off onto the shoreline.
As soon as Thalia gets a hold of dry land, she's gonna like scramble back and like crawl back away from the water's edge. She's kind of like almost hyperventilating because of that whole experience.
Gather yourselves quickly. That one beast remains.
As soon as everybody's let go of me, I'm just gonna scramble to grab my crossbow.
Well, that was a close one.
Sorry, changing the soundtrack.
So, just in case it wasn't clear, she is a little too panicked to thank anybody right now. But
As you pull
she is
yourself
grateful. I promise.
as you pull yourself out of such deep water, like it pools inside certain plate areas, and each angle you change as more water just drips out. At one point, a little minnow kind of comes out of your thigh piece and begins to like flop around on the floor.
Are you gonna eat that?
She's not here right now. She's like in her head space trying to keep.
Flea will grab the minnow and start to chew on it.
Absolutely, you chew on it, and with a decent crunch and a pop, it just juices down your throat and your gullet.
Just like the fish at home.
Dude, gnarly. As you know, the sound of the waterfall, behind you guys, the air is still clear up top, it's still a sunny day, probably midday-ish. You look at each other, soaking wet, most of you.
Phileas, bring yourself away from the waterfall.
Who's still half in the water? just so tired. He's not a strong man. Yes, Carlitos. I'll be there in 1 second.
Flea will strap the crossbow to his back and scamper over and grab Phileas's back and start helping him, or I guess start dragging him away from the water.
You feel the dangly or gangly appendages of a rat folk trying to assist you to your feet.
He's just going to accept it. He's a bit too tired to care about the foul creature.
As you get to your knees, or to your feet, you're kind of hunched over a little bit, taking your deep breaths in as you are slightly winded. The water just drips from your robes and your fingers, and your hair just kind of pools onto the ground. You lift your head up just to kind of, and you just feel like the water trickle to the sides of your face and whatnot. As it begins to evaporate with a little breeze that kind of crests across this waterfall area, it kind of chills a little bit as it evaporates.
We should move from this area. Rat creature seems to have wounds. Does anybody else have any wounds?
Yeah, I'm pretty good here.
You get 10, Bri.
Lol.
I've had better days, but we should recoup somewhere else and discuss how we will cross this river to get back on track.
I wholeheartedly agree.
As you hear this conversation happening, Flynn, what's going through your head right now?
Just trying to think of a close fight, but came through in the end, and now we got to figure out how to get across the river.
You say that aloud, or are you just
That's
thinking
it's
that?
instant thinking that in my head.
Thalia, you yourself, having gone through this experience, you hear them kind of discussing the concept of going elsewhere, figuring things out, etc., etc. What's going on with you?
I think she's kind of just on the ground, like kind of her back is up against this cliff face there, and she's like still, I think her breathing's kind of coming down a little bit, but she's still kind of like taking like heavy ragged breaths, coughing here and there because water. But she has absolutely no intention of going back into the water here.
As you kind of lean onto the cliff ledge, some of the boulders and rocks kind of shift to the side. It's a bit mossy on this side because of the constant water and humidity here, and the weather patterning is nice enough here for the moss to flourish on the side. And at some points, your own body weight slides a little bit, and you kind of shimmy yourself to balance yourself. Your armor just kind of grinds across rock. All right, team, what's the plan?
Did anybody else see this little gap that you were talking about?
I mean, everyone
Is
would
there
have
like
seen.
a passageway between the rocks here and kind of
Technically, the only
back here?
people that would have officially seen it would be Curlithos, Flea, and Flynn, as you two were both under the water when Curlithos came out. So technically, but I mean, there's a clear break in the natural terrain, right? Like, it's not this huge doorway or anything like that, but there definitely seems like, hey, I could probably fit through there. And it's not hidden by any stretch.
Well, Flynn would probably bring that up and ask Carlithos if there was there a dry path on the other side of this waterfall to get across?
If you hug the wall close enough, you can manage to stay dry. But I did not see where the creature went when I banished it. Who's
Maybe
to
if
say
we-
that there's not another residing in there?
Well, it's either that or we start walking along this river until we find a place to cross.
I don't want to fight any more of those. Those hurt Flea way too much.
Side note, due to the nature of that fight, Flea, whatever bolts you use are not reclaimable.
Okay.
Okay, team. Where we doing? Where we going? As the sound of the water just keeps on rushing through, Echoey squawk can be heard coming from underneath. It doesn't sound close, but you hear it.
Come, Lady Thalia, we must move. And you'll offer a hand out to her.
She's gonna look up, grab his arm, and then pull herself up. I'm not going back into the water.
No, I think
Let's
not.
go. Travel another hour following the river line, and we'll take a break after you move away from here for a bit.
I'll make sure my crossbow is reloaded and then head on out.
I concur.
As you gather yourselves, and the echoing of these squawks can be heard as you, once again, completely, say, fuck over there, you're going to continue heading on this side of the river. Any of you guys have any kind of skills in navigation or any kind of land terrain stuff?
None besides the fact that I've traveled this route before.
What do you mean, when you came up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you came up through the pathway that you're not going across now.
Right.
So this is all technically new territory?
Right.
Nada here.
I have nature and survival.
As you're walking down, and once again putting the river on your left shoulder, it does, there's bends, there's turns, there's, natural river formation. Wildlife aplenty.
Could I climb a tree?
Absolutely. You don't even have to roll for that. It's not like there's any special trees around here. But as you get to the canopy, I'll say you take 20, whatever. You take your time, you get up there, and you're able to kind of. The canopy is all pretty similar. All these trees are between 50 and 70 feet. But as you kind of peek your head up, you do find, at least from like the north to maybe southeast, is enough visibility. Like the trees covered on that side, but from north to southeast, you're able to see just tree line, just rolling trees, a gap, of where the rivers that you just came from, and you can't see the gap where the river's going to.
Okay. Do I see any smoke anywhere around?
You can go ahead and give me a perception check.
Has the river continued to widen like it is on the map, but as we keep going down even more? Or?
I'll answer that in 2 seconds.
20.
As you look around, no, you don't see any real smoke. You don't see civilization. It's very, I'm not gonna say artsy fartsy, but it's elven woods. It's quite beautiful here.
So like the Amazon jungle, there's definitely not going to see any.
Minus the jungle concept. It's still more deciduous at this point, but it kind of has the spatterings of very lush plant life.
Okay. I'll climb back down the tree safely and relay what I have seen to the group.
Absolutely. And as you do that, Thalia in her head is looking at the river and recognizes that the river doesn't seem to be changing too much shape. Yeah, it widens in places, it shrinks in places, but the river itself is generally pretty consistent. It does, once again, do this natural river shit, and every once in a while it'll create like a little tributary and kind of connects back in, but nothing outside of the norm. It's about an hour at this point in time, and based on your initial assessments, you guys stand alongside the river, nearby some brush. Some of the birds kind of fly out as you kind of bounce into the brush here to kind of sit down and take a breather.
What time of day is it?
Roughly, let's call it brunch. No, not brunch, excuse me, like 2 o'clock, 2 p.m., 3 p.m.-ish.
Okay.
I kind of start setting out my bedroll to dry.
Sure.
Along with the tinder.
Absolutely. Your bedroll, as you unroll it, it sloshes. It's fucking drenched. You could literally wring it out like a wet towel.
How risky of a crossing where we are right now would it be?
I'm sorry?
We were still going along the river, right? So if you look across, like, how deep, how far?
The river's been pretty consistent the whole time. As far as depth goes, no one really made reference to checking the depth or how they would rather do that. But the river itself seems pretty consistent. The current does seem to be decent. It's not going to wipe you away, but if you were standing still, it would definitely push you forward. And that's not even knowing how deep it is either.
How long do we travel along the river before we tuck our tails and return back to the waterfall?
I say we just give it a quick rest, and we're gonna have to go back. We'll get lost if we keep going like this.
As much as Flea would hate to fight it again, I didn't see anywhere to go.
I think you're right.
Absolutely.
Not going back into the water.
All right, let's take a break then. Relax a bit a moment.
I guess while they're taking a break, I'll try and hunt something.
Can we go for a short rest?
Absolutely. There's nothing. I mean, during the 10-minute short rest, yeah, that's fine. There's nothing crazy going on, but Flea would break out and give me a survival check there, Flea.
4.
As you kind of head off into the distance, almost immediately. I mean, there's wildlife here. There's some small game, raccoon equivalents, whatnots. But as you take aim at one, the rock that you're using as a kind of a steadying piece or leverage, it kind of slides and and you shoot up into the distance.
Could I see where that bolt went, or is it just?
I'm not taking it away from you. That was flavor.
Okay. I'm just gonna go back dejected that I couldn't hunt anything.
After about 30 minutes during your 10-minute rest, Flea comes back empty-handed. So you guys gain the benefits of a short rest.
I'm casting Mage Armor, and I'm going to Arcane Recovery after it.
Okay. At this point in time, Thalia, roll me a D100, please. Under these conditions, the canopy here covers a lot of the sunlight. Your bedroll is only 6% dry. All right, team. I thought I heard somebody about to talk. I didn't catch who it was.
I was just laughing.
All right, guys. Are we heading back up then? Was that the plan?
Yeah.
Because it sounded like there was some opposing ideologies.
I'm all for it.
I'm just not going back in the water. That's
Fair enough. You guys make your way back north, turning back a little bit more well-rested, feeling safe and secure as you make your way back up. Now knowing what to expect, you're on your guard a little bit more, and you make your way back to the location that everyone was pulled on shore. It is now roughly 4 to 5 o'clock in the PM as the sun begins to hit the late day hours, and that sunlight turns from a bright clear white like but more of a goldeny kind of a golden glow as it changes through the atmosphere.
We mustn't dilly-dally. We must hurry before the sun sets and lose all sight through the waterfall.
Yes, let's go. I can lead the way, and he'll just control flames in his hand for a make-way torch.
Wouldn't it be wiser to tie each other off?
Let's see how much of a risk it's going to be back here.
So, as you guys are scaling the wall, is that what I'm getting here?
Yeah, we're gonna skim the wall to cross.
So it's about 30 feet. For the sake of time, we'll pull it under the one roll for the whole 30 feet. However, this is a heavily mossed rock wall, and is I'm not gonna say it's treacherous, but it's slippery. So I am looking for a DC roll of a 15 or better to get up this wall. And we're going to use either athletics or acrobatics.
So since I'm like right around everybody, can I provide guidance to the group?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, Ryan, you can.
Does
you can
guidance
rock out.
stack?
No. Guidance does not stack, unfortunately.
Mm-mm.
So everyone
Is that
that's
acrobatics?
rolled, yeah, acrobatics or athletics.
19 here.
Now remember, everyone
Yikes.
gets a D4 extra. So
Well, for me.
10 for me.
4 for me.
Man,
13 for me.
all right, who rolled above a 15?
me.
Nobody.
Me.
Phileas, you lead the way, you know, and as you get to the top, you hear "Ah, ah, ah!" and you start hearing people down the rock wall. And you know what? Because all of you fucking failed that.
Wait,
we're
Rockwall. I thought we were
Rockwall,
just squeezing
we're
through.
trying to get
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here. I thought you. I had asked if you guys were scaling the wall.
Oh no, they
No.
said skimming.
Around the
Skimming.
skimming.
Skimming the
then
wall.
I apologize. I thought you guys were going up the wall. So you're going under the waterfall?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, you don't need to roll for that.
If it's possible.
Yeah.
yeah, if it's possible.
Frog's like, oh, they're gonna take extra damage? Yeah.
You don't need to roll for that. No, you're good. Like I said, I thought you were climbing to get back to the top of the waterfall.
No, we were
You
just
say it, but I thought you just misspoke, and then you're like, and then you started saying scaling. He's like, no.
Yeah, no,
I'll,
you're good.
I'll scramble behind Phileas since I have dark vision.
All right, so let me draw something on the map real quick. So this is not to scale. This is just to represent the travel. So this line represents the space that you have to get past. So we'll start there. So why don't you put your tokens in the order that you will be crossing across the thingy, and the spacing. It will matter. So if you want to put 5-foot spaces between each other or whatnot, that's fine too. Okay.
So Carrot can catch me.
and I'm leading the way with like an outstretched hand with a flame in my hand.
Who's been rolling like shit all night?
Oh jeez.
Me.
All right, Carlitos, roll me a D. Hold on, before I have you roll a D anything. Flynn 1, Carlitos 2, Thalia 3, Flea 4, Phileas 5, and nobody 6. Roll a D6.
A 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody.
As
Nobody
you,
gets a magic item.
as you begin to shimmy your way across this, honestly, you guys are damn near on it in your passive perception. The sun's still kind of cresting in the area enough to see. About 10 feet above you, there's a noticeable recess under this waterfall. It's your option to ignore it or not.
Do you see that?
Will there be shiny?
We just get across, please. She's gonna say, kind of like agitated, like she's definitely still feeling the anxiety from being this close to the water.
One of the creatures might attack us from behind up there. Creature, do you want to check it out really quickly?
Sure, why not?
Bahamut is with you.
So I'm guessing stealth.
As he, no stealth
No.
needed. Well, I mean, if you want to stealth, that's fine. But okay, so 1 second. Let me set the scene here. So I'm gonna move you to the side, Flea. Is everyone else chilling in this location, or is everyone still crossing over?
I'm
while-
still going.
Yeah, I'm still
People
going
need
too.
to listen to the plan.
I gotta bite the hook.
All right, as you guys cross. Okay, so Flynn, you're going to. So Phileas, as you kind of alley-oop Flea, or at least, give him a little bit of that guidance stuff. It's only 10 feet high. I'm not going to have you roll for it, although water does tend to trickle in this whole area. It's a fucking waterfall. In fact, you can see some of the waterfall actually trickling into this little recess as well, and it doesn't seem to come out of that hole. It seems to disappear into that hole. But as you make your way 10 feet high, you kind of pull your head up. You have dark vision?
Yes.
As you peer down this hole, it's literally a cylindrical kind of a cave concept, and you can see waterfall water pooling and literally runs like a miniature stream into this cave, and it does have a descent, maybe like a 10 to 15 degree slope going deeper under the waterfall. It does seem to be dark at first, but as your dark vision starts to dilate and whatnot, there is spatterings of ripped clothing and objects that seem to scatter this area.
I'll shout down to Phileas what I see.
No need to shout. He's right there. As you call down, what do you want to say?
There is items, and it looks like it goes down deeper at a slant, but ripped clothing and items scattered.
Well, let's not explore further. If there's no creatures, see what you can find.
So do I see the pool in front of me, Frog?
The pool is more of like a stream, so it's falling from the waterfall.
Okay.
It's kind of trickling under the waterfall and hitting in there, and it just so happens that there's enough supply of water that it creates a stream that just trickles into this cave.
Okay, I'll slowly make my way in silently.
Stealth, please.
If I can.
And
11?
I guided you as well.
Okay, D4.
12?
12, fantastic. So let me set the scene in there real quick as well. So if up here represents this cave, let's just say these are the walls. And then let's just say, I like the song. And let's just say this blue line represents that stream. So, there's like a pathway on the right and a pathway on the left. Makes sense?
Yep.
How deep are you going? It does seem to go on a decent ways, and it's a rocky, craggy formation. It's not cut out by like dwarf or any kind of.
Would you say the items are like scattered all over?
There's stuffs around. Yeah, you're more than welcome to do an investigation to do the immediate area. Or actually, I'll give you a perception check to do the immediate area, like within your 5-foot, 10-foot radius. An investigation would be representing deeper in.
A 15?
Okay, your immediate area. Let me see here. 1 sec. You find a pouch. You find a wound-up bound of leather. And you find pages of paper and parchment strewn about, held by like the tatters of like a spine. It's like it used to be a book, but it's like shredded up, but the pages are still legible. And you also find a spattering of 18 copper.
All right. I'm gonna gather that up quickly, and I'm just gonna take a couple more feet in and do an investigation to see if I see anything else. But the first sign I see like a tentacle or anything, I'm just dashing the hell out.
Fantastic.
What do
You find as you kind of look deeper and you're taking a little bit more time to do this, there seems to be like a leather pouch, and as you open it up, there seems to be a dried piece of meat. It looks like a sausage that's been sitting in this pouch for some time. It does have a rancid smell to it. You also find this clear. You find a glass vial. The liquid on the inside, like the glass itself, is see-through, and you know that because you could shake it, and there seems to be like a black liquid in it, and the top of it's got a glass stopper with a cork on the bottom of it. You also find like a silver, like those rum, like for the drinkers, a little silver flask. You find one of those kind of things, but right for its time. And a collection of 10 gold pieces.
All right, I'm gonna gather that up and then just say it's not worth going any further in, and just
I will also say this: as you continue to look deeper in, there does seem to be more ripped clothing, belts, some tatters of boots and whatnot. One of the boots looks like it was chewed through.
yeah, I'm just taking what I got and just backing out.
Sure. As you back out, below you is Phileas.
I'll tell him I got some stuff and that I'll share it with her group as soon as we get down there.
Very good. Let's go. Hurry up.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
Okay. And it's not that difficult. 10-foot drop. You climb down. You got Phileas' helping. As Flynn, Carlithos, and Thalia wait for you on the shoreline, you guys would see Flea and Phileas exit on the other side of the water. Well, on the side that you're on of the waterfall.
I will drop everything that I found except the glass vial. I'll hand each of them a gold piece and the fiber mine. Wait, I don't think that's enough math. I'll give Phileas an extra.
No, you take this creature. See,
No.
doing good deeds brings rewards to yourself as well.
No, I do not take charity. Here you go. This is your part. I will move on.
It's good to see you both made it out. I was starting to prepare a prayer for you both.
Anybody know what liquid this is? I'll hold up the vial with the black liquid.
Sure. Do you want to open it?
I'm gonna hand it to Flynn because he looks like he's the smartest out of all of us with book smarts.
You know, I had a friend who told me about something that looked like this, but I'm gonna toss it back to him and be like, I think you should hold on to it and don't open it for now.
Okay.
Okay.
So the copper's on the table. There's a pouch, some leather.
Are you going to open the pouch?
Sure, I'll open it.
Sure. As you kind of peek into the pouch, you hear the jingling, not jingling, that's a bad way to say it, but you hear the movement of what it sounds like almost like a bag of marbles, but not as heavy, not as dense as marbles. But they seem to have a wrapping on each one of these little orbs. Almost like twist wraps on either side.
Are these candies?
You are welcome to unwrap one of them.
Sure, I'll unwrap one of them.
You unwrap one of them and you hold it to your nose and it smells sweet.
You found an old man's Werther's original.
I'll lick my finger, then touch it, and then lick my tongue. Or take my tongue and lick my finger.
It has a flavorful potpourri, one that reminiscent of like a dried fruit.
Flea will get excited and chuck it straight into his mouth.
Chuck it into and it's basically like a gobstopper, dude. It's sweet and it crunches. And as you crunch it down, it's refreshing in the context of like, ooh, I'm eating candy. It's fucking candy. Can you please roll me 2d20s there, Mr. Flea?
2d20s, 21.
There are 21 pieces of candy, well, minus one because you just ate one. So there you have 20 candies left in this bag.
I'll offer some to the group. Anybody want some candy?
Sure. I'll take one. I'll just put it in my pouch for now.
What does the pouch look like that it came in?
Very similar to here. I'll put one on the table for you. Kind of looks like that.
Oh, okay.
Flynn. While everyone's doing this, Flynn's gonna look at the ground where the paper was dropped that had writing on it. I'll just take a quick browse, see if I can read it.
Yeah.
You can have that. I don't think I can read that.
So the bindings of. Oh, go ahead.
Is it a receipt?
No, it's basically, think of a book that's been kind of like the spine has been torn a little bit, but this is like rope wrapped spine, so some of the ropes they're busted. Some of the pages are torn. They're still together, but they're like all discombobulated. But as you flip through these pages, Flynn, it's written in common. Oh, love, truly like a dove, I miss thee. It makes me have to wee. And then the next page, the sun, like your eyes, glistens like golden fries. And similar wordings throughout each page that's legible, at least.
Nice. This looks like a poetry book written by a child.
I'll use my trunk to wipe a tear from my eye.
Absolutely. Oh, incredible. Absolutely incredible. Is there anything else you wish to look at?
Unless anybody wants the flask.
The flask with the black thing in it?
No.
that's a
This is
vial.
this is a silver flask for
It's
alcohol.
It's currently closed.
I mean, if it's strong enough alcohol, we can use it to start a fire.
You shake it, and there does seem to be a swishing on the inside of it.
Phileas, it's the nectar of the gods.
I don't know.
It's
what you
calling
mean.
me.
Carlithos, as you look over at this flask, give me a perception check, please. And it's right in front of you, so I'm giving you the advantage. On the out. Okay, so follow me. So you got the silver flask, and there's like a leather kind of wrapping on it, and on the leather wrapping, there's a burned insignia on it, and it says Luxstrom on it.
Phileas, it's calling me. What do I do?
I don't know what you mean. I've never partook.
It's calling for me, Phileas.
Is this something that the clerics drank?
You're scaring me.
We're not supposed to.
If you're not supposed to, then how do you know about it?
It overcomes me.
We should
You
have.
started to scare me.
Phileas will take the flask and hide it in his backpack. Care, do not be tempted.
As you pop it in your backpack, it's room temperature to the touch, and it swishes around a little bit and makes that swishing sound as you plop it in. The leather bindings are soft, even though it's weathered and been kind of exposed to moisture for, it doesn't seem like too long. It's still a soft leather binding. Very fancy, considering what it is.
I guess so you said there was leather that we that I picked up, and then there was a leather pouch with some rotten ass sausage.
Did you take the pouch with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you open it up. There's basically like a old blood sausage that's probably been in there for weeks. It's gnarly, dude. It's gnarly. In fact, it's added a flavor to the inner lining of that bag.
I'm just gonna toss that into the water.
Splash as it gets taken away by the current. And lastly, that basically it's like a leather binding with leather straps, kind of like almost like a quiver for a bow, but it's leather straps, and it's loose, right? So it's just like a broom handle of leather straps.
Does anybody know if this is worth money?
I have no tenor.
Nor I.
Herman lady? Well, I'll carry it for now. Who knows, it could be useful down the road.
Speaking of road, let's
Yes.
Let's travel from this place before nightfall.
Okay. And with
And we always want to be looking for a way to get back to the road if possible.
well, you could definitely follow the cliff wall, and I'll give you this before we take our break. Eventually, that cliff wall will meet in topography together, which would lead you to a similar or a path of some sort. Not necessarily a road, but a pathway. And that's what we'll say. We'll say we'll take it an hour in that direction before you meet that. And then we'll take our break here on the nose, too. Look at us on time. As the first act of our session tonight is complete. Let's be back. I actually have to use the restroom for a bit. If you want to please come back at 15 after, that would be really beneficial to me. And then we'll go from there, guys.
Good.
Sounds good. Puppy.
Yep, this is Bowser. Oh, let me get him closer. And he wants my drink.
Steve, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you
Watch
able to
out.
show us your puppy?
No, I got the webcam on my office computer. Fucking these past couple of weeks have been complete hell with the new job and the new pup. A lot of work and no sleep.
Feel ya.
No play makes Jack a dull boy.
I kind of feel like Jack Nicholson right now.
What, psychotic?
Oh yeah.
Anyone here watch Hot Ones?
Of course.
Not in a while, but yeah.
Yeah.
So you know how they have their own brand hot sauces, the salsa verde, the
Los Calientes.
yeah.
Well,
So I know they advertised it fairly recently. I don't know if you caught it, but they have limited edition Pringles now that has the Los Calientes flavoring on it.
yeah, my buddy got it. He said it's good.
That's fucking
Oh, yeah?
delicious, dude.
I mean,
so
we-
good.
We had the Los Calientes, Steve. You said it was delicious.
No, not the Pringles flavor, Bri.
Oh, I'm talking about the actual sauce, though.
I gotta
Yeah.
try and find that. Where? Walmart? Target?
I think it's CVS actually. That's where my
Oh,
daughter got it
CVS.
from.
Yeah, just like random stores have it here. We have like a local grocery store called Tops up here.
Okay.
Never stops.
But it's pretty good, man. It makes me want to actually get the sauce itself.
The
Oh,
sauce
have-
is pretty good.
Los Calientos is amazing.
I have some The Last Dab in my fridge
See, I haven't had that.
from the game.
The only one that I probably wouldn't do from the game is the bomb.
The bomb is just disgusting
Well,
and
I don't think the
horrible.
bomb is supposed to be good. It's supposed. It literally.
No,
smells
it's
like
supposed to
metal.
be.
No, but like
So,
the last dab is
The Last Dab is bad.
it-
I'll just tell you that.
No, it's not.
No,
it's
no.
not
Oh my god.
bad for how spicy it is. The bomb.
Have
is
you
the-
had it? Have you
Yeah.
had The Last Dab?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've
Are you
had
kidding me?
I've had the last dab XXX. I have had Apollo.
It's horrible. The Last
No.
Dab is horrible.
No,
I've had the
the
bomb.
bomb. The bomb is the worst, my
The
friend.
bomb is the worst by far.
Yeah, I've had the bomb. We used to have a sub shop called Fire Hose Subs or some shit like. It was a small chain in this area. And here's sweetheart, you want this? They actually have like hot sauces. One of them was the bomb. I tried it. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine just like pure heat and nasty taste. That's what it is.
It's worse than The Last Dab.
Yes.
I remember.
Yes.
I remember comparing the flavor to like eating a copper coin or something.
Yeah.
Like
it-
if my stomach could take it, John, and I had to choose between downing a bottle of the bomb or the last dab, I'd take the last dab.
and I think it's spicier than the last dab too.
On Scoville units wise, or what?
It's not on Scoville units, but it's basically just how it hits you.
Gotcha.
I had that shit back when I was in high school, and I had that mixed with like a cappuccino, and I threw up within like the first class.
Look, I had them back to back, and I started off with the bomb because we were doing like the hot ones, like increasing
Mhm.
scale, and like the bomb was way worse than me, or way worse for me. And then I had the last dab after I had the bomb, so my like mouth was completely fucked already.
The Last Dab, it's actually like really sweet when you first taste it. I don't know if y'all's is if you guys have the same, but for me it's like really sweet, and then it just numbs your your mouth and like just hot.
Which one did you have? Did you have the original?
Yeah, the original Last Dab. I have the Hot Ones game, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
card game. I don't know if you've seen it. How it
Mm.
comes with
Actually, I think we got that for our mom, and we started playing that.
yeah. So it's
I
like
don't know.
the truth or dab. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's it's doable for me.
It's
But
it's definitely hot enough for me to think twice about wanting to tell the truth or not.
All right, these Pringles are starting to add up. It's actually burning me.
I mean, the Los Calientos, it's spicy, but it's definitely good flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you want to try something that's really good, I think The black garlic. I forget what it's called. I think it's Heart.
Ghost pepper.
Is it Heartstopper? I think it's Heartstopper.
Yeah, I think it is Heartstopper.
It's one of their like original lineup shows.
I mean, we got it off heatiness.com, and they have all the hot sauces almost from Hot Ones.
Well, that's the shop for hot ones.
All right, guys.
There's a couple hot sauce shops around here. Surprisingly, they're like pretty big that sell them. But I love hot sauces. Love it. I love hot wings. Love them.
Same.
If I can eat one or two, I'm good. I'm like, okay, that's good.
I am not a spice lord, although I wish I was.
I mean, once it start getting into like chemical burn rather than flavor,
Yeah.
Like I'll do it for like the stupid, Instagram, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I do like good spicy food. Love it.
Yeah. Well, you're Indian. I mean,
Yeah, I have to.
that's like a requirement for being born.
Wait, you're not Hispanic?
No, my dad's from India.
I know. We've covered that bitch before. All right, guys. So I heard everybody. I see everybody except for Fate. You there?
Right here. Let's go.
All right. Let me just wash my mouth out real quick. All right, team. Let me check the stream. We are golden. All right, guys. As you continue following this, oh shit. As you continue following this waterfall wall, let's call it. It's over time, over the course of the hour, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller to the point that you can merge back into the path needed. At this point, we're looking at civil twilight as the sun begins to set in this region. Trees and canopy covers the skyline at this point as you continue to push further southeast. Who's got the best survival check here?
Definitely not me.
I've got a +5.
I mean, we can roll.
The other thing I need to figure out is what is your light sources here as the sun begins to dim out? For
Drift globe.
For those who do not have dark vision.
I can always just cast light on myself.
Yeah, somebody has a drift globe too, and I could just control flame in my hands.
Who's got the drift globe?
Doesn't Fate have it?
I guess I had it last.
Yeah, Flynn.
Yep.
All right. So as you kind of produce this drift globe, you say the magic phrasing, which is.
Jeez, light in Elvish?
Absolutely it is. The globe itself begins to hover, almost as if it was attached to a string like a balloon, but it follows you as the drift globe illuminates the area. What color is your drift globe? Or did I give you? No, I gave you.
It's green. So it's a forest green color.
Absolutely. And that acts as basically a magical torch of sorts. It doesn't have to be the only light source, as it does cast shadow and whatnot, so if other people wish to use your control fire and or your light cantrip, you're more than welcome to do so. But the sun at this point is fully set, and if you're traveling in this, you would absolutely need some sort of light source.
I think we're gonna pull off to the side and make camp for the night.
Is it about that time?
Well, if we need light to travel, then it probably is that time.
Well, when did we start off though? The day? Did we start late?
We started off at 5. Remember, it was 5-4 going into the.
Okay, so yeah, maybe it is time that we should set up camp.
Probably a good idea before the sun fully sets.
Absolutely. That's perfectly okay with me. As you begin to make your camp, the terrain here has a lot of dips, valleys, extra cliffs here and there, nothing too outlandish. But on the current topography, you're kind of on the top end of a descended kind of a hillside, mountainside. Trees and whatnot still scatter the area. It doesn't fully block visibility, but it gives you a decent view of this somewhat surrounding location from the east-southeast area. You guys get your shit together. Thalia, you roll out your bedroll that's still kind of soaking wet. It just kind of squishes a little bit as you unfurl it. I'm assuming, Phileas, you also have a bedroll?
Yes.
Yeah, yours is soaked to shit as well. 100%. Carlithos.
Yes.
Roll me a D100. Over a 51, your bedroll is damp and not soaked.
It's soaked.
You're soaked.
Who needs it?
I think that's all the people that dealt with water, right?
No, I jumped in, but I don't have a bedroll.
Okay, no, we don't have to worry about you. Nevertheless, as you begin to make camp, the drift globe kind of drifts around, illuminating this green hue everywhere. Let's go with perceptions, guys. Let's break some ice real quick. Dude, these Pringles are so addicting.
Warm up our bedrolls to dry them off.
That is not a nat 20.
Where'd mine go?
Oh, I'm just rolling like shit now.
You know,
Oh, 21 for me.
beautiful. Flynn.
Hey, Frog, you
Go
might
ahead.
want to refresh the stream. Not everybody's, or I guess everybody's is up. Not all the cameras are up. That's what I'm stuff.
Oh, my cam's off. Is it messing it up when I turn my cam on and off?
No, I have it sized up so it'll automatically bump in there, but it redistributes itself as cameras go up and down. However, so Carlithos and Fate kind of standing somewhat side by side, admiring this view, but the drift globe kind of floats behind Flynn a little bit, where it creates, like, if you were standing on the other side of Flynn, you would see the silhouette of Flynn, so no direct light in your eyes at this current point in time, and you look over the descended kind of terrain. As you scour the countryside or the treetops, you two both notice some sort of ambient light, what would appear to be like 6 or 7 football fields away, just cresting through the tree leaves, and a little hint of smoke.
Would we remember that there would be a town in that approximate spot on this route?
Nope.
Sure.
We've got some light and a little smoke. I'm guessing this is a little campfire or something going on down there.
Would
Should we?
Sorry. Would we know if there's any other dogs of war groups in this area?
You would both know. You would all know that the Dogs of War do many different types of contracts, which could lead overseas, it could lead to the mountains, to the Arctics, who knows. Depends on the contract and the compensation any brave soul that's willing to accept. So, although the headquarters is located in this region, there's people coming and going all the time. It's hard to say, but yeah, I mean, there might be a group or two that might be in the region, depending on the contract.
What were you saying there, Carlitos?
I was going to suggest if we should check it out before setting up here. It seems that if we can see them at this distance, they'll likely be able to see us.
That is quite true. I am able to see in the dark. Is anyone else able to see?
Who else?
You guys have to guide me. We're gonna have to go lights out for this one. And I'm gonna turn the drift globe off.
No need to guide you. And I'm going to share Eyes of the Night with you.
Why don't you explain what that looks like and does for those who've never seen that before?
So, with Eyes of the Night, do you want me, I'm going to give you the meta explanation and then give you the in-game explanation.
Sure.
As an action, you can magically share the dark vision of this feature with willing creatures you can see within 10 feet of you, up to a number of creatures equal to your wisdom modifier. The shared dark vision lasts for 1 hour. Once you share it, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest, unless you expend a spell slot of any level to share it again. So, I believe there's two people who can't see in the night, and with my wisdom modifier, I can share my eyes of the night with those people if they're willing.
I'll take it too.
And so what you'd see is then I'd close my eyes and I would say, Bahamut of the night, let those see. And then I would say, for flavor wise, your eyes in the white part would have almost like a twilight glow, like a twilight bluish purple tint to it, like a slight hum.
Awesome. You give them all Riddick eyes. Awesome. So yeah, your vision goes from blackness to the ability to see. And this is dark vision. Why is it
Yeah,
black and white?
dim, dark. So for me, I can see in dim light if it was bright light, and then darkness is dim light. But they, I don't know. Yeah, so it's the same for them too. Do you share the dark vision of this feature? So dim is bright and dark is dim
Beautiful.
for those people I'm sharing it with.
Awesome sauce, man. Awesome sauce. So that happens. And as you pray to your God to grant these gifts, you bestow them on the two individuals that have never seen through these kinds of eyes before. Flynn, your darkness turns to dim light. And so does you, Thalia.
Well, this is interesting. Let's go.
Anyone else, or are we going down the hill now?
I'm good to go down the hill.
I got my current crossbow ready, so let's go.
Sure thing. As you make your way descending down this lower terrain, downhill, for lack of a better explanation, your feet kind of move off the beaten path a little bit, treading through more wilderness type of floor versus a road of sorts or trail. The ground underneath your feet snap the occasional twig and rustle the occasional leaf. The insect life and the night life, the nocturnal life of these woods begin to really take effect. Those with the dark vision, occasionally you'll see glowing eyes kind of peering back at you from under brush or flying about, reflecting what little moonlight does cascade through the canopy tops here. As you get closer, the ambient light of what is absolutely looking like campfire light can be seen. At this point in time, you're about 60 feet out.
I'm gonna stealth.
Can we make anything out?
60 feet out through brush. I'll give you, if you roll really well in a perception, I'll give you more. The better you roll, the more details I'll give you. Phileas, you kind of looking through some brush and you kind of push some of it aside, trying to stay as quietly as possible. But once again, a snap of a twig or what have you is there. You kind of hold your breath for a minute. It doesn't seem like anyone noticed, but as you peer in that direction, you do see what looks like the silhouettes of 4 individuals sitting around campfire. Well, 3 of them sitting. One of them seems to be pacing back and forth. Behind them, a backdrop of what looks to be large bone radiating in the firelight. To the right of them, a large skull behind them as well. Looks like it's been sitting there a hot minute. But 3 of these individuals that are sitting down are kind of laughing and chuckling. The one pacing back and forth seems to be very in thought.
Seems to be a small group of individuals. Before we do any type of covert operations or ambush them, do you mind if I try to communicate with them first?
Sounds good. Let's take positions to back you up, and I'm gonna go invisible as I move around to get
I'm
position.
going to climb the nearest tree.
I'm going to not move because I'm wearing heavy armor and I don't want to move a muscle. Gonna brace myself where I just can see.
Absolutely. Incredible. And
Uh,
Thalia, what action are you taking at this point?
I'm staying still too.
All right, fantastic. You
Okay.
guys are both behind some brush. The rat goes up a tree. You know what? Roll an acrobatics for me, please, sir. Because there is some stakes here. Oh, 18, please. Yeah, you know what? And you know what? Roll. I'll use your 10 for your stealth. As you go up, you can hear the claws of your feet and fingertips kind of grind into tree trunk. We'll leave it at that for now.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else was going to say something?
No, I think Flynn was going invisible. I'm just going to prop my crossbow up with steady aim and
Flynn,
just wait.
are you going invisible and moving, or are you just staying still? Flynn.
Oh, I'm going invisible. I'm just gonna go off to the side a little bit.
Sure, roll me your
Nothing too
stealth.
crazy. A 4.
Okay. And Phileas, how are you approaching?
I'm not approaching.
I thought you said you were going to negotiate.
I am.
Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. I'm going to need both hands for this. Okay. So, as as Flynn goes invisible and starts kind of, slantly left going off into the distance, you send your message. What exactly does that look like when you send it?
So I take my prayer book and I open it up, and I touch the side of my temple, and I just begin communicating, and the words that I say are just transcribed into the book as I say it. I'm directing this towards the individual who's pacing back and forth. And who might your group be, if I might ask?
Give me 1 second here. You point your finger to the creature. I'm just trying to see if there's a limit. There's a message to reply. Okay. It actually doesn't have a limit.
Nope. So we can keep conversing back and forth.
Okay. So repeat what you said, please.
And who might your group be?
The individual kind of stops and kind of puts his hand down, and then kind of does one of these, like. The other three stand up based on his physical hand movements. They seem to take some sort of a guard as they're kind of looking around.
And now, don't be hasty.
Who's this? As he says that, you hear a snap under Flynn's boot of a twig, and they all point in that one direction where the snap came from.
We have more men than just that one. Don't make any rash decisions.
Who is this?
My name is Phileas, good sir, and I would like to avoid trouble if we could. That pile of bones behind you leads me to believe that you might be hostile.
No, we're just making camp. This pile of bones behind us has been here. It's kind of our regathering spot. Who is this? Phileas? Who the hell's Phileas?
I am just a humble cleric, sir. But I do surround myself with people of worth, especially of the fighting variety.
He points to two different directions as one individual goes one way, the other one goes the other, off out of the light.
So we would like to avoid trouble, if able. We mean you no harm if you mean us no harm.
How could I trust this? It's late at night and clearly in the middle of nowhere.
You don't have a knife at your throat, do you? I wanted to make sure that we opened up with democratic conversations. Diplomatic.
I understand. Roll me, persuasion, please.
19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19 22.
Make yourself seen, and perhaps we can talk.
Is he holding any weapons?
I mean, he has a big fucking hammer in his hand, but he's not in any kind of a aggression stance, I guess would be the best way to say it.
And you said that there were 4 people, so there's still one next to him.
There's 3 others. One that's next to him. Yes, there's 4 in total. Two of them bounced in either direction, and the one is behind him, still kind of hand on guard. But you'll see him kind of do like the calm down sign, you know, the international word or hand motion for chill the fuck out.
If you lower your weapons, I would not mind coming out myself at all.
Well, then reveal yourself. Stop wasting time.
Now put down that hammer and we'll talk.
My hammer is down. It doesn't touch the ground.
Very well. And I'll stand up and start walking forward, arms up.
As you approach forward, where's everybody else's head is at? So, Flea, you're in the trees, kind
Yep.
of eyeing this up. You see Phileas put his hands up and begins to walk through. You see the 2 drift off, but they gotta break your line of sight at some point in time. You kind of lose track of them, but the one individual kind of, no, he doesn't sheathe his long sword, but he kind of definitely seems to be a little bit more chill. And the individual, I got pictures, hold on.
So the crossbow is so I said he aimed. The crossbow is directly on the what I assume would be the leader, which is the guy with the giant freaking hammer.
The guy that he was just messaged kind of looks similar to what's on the board here. Book on his chest and all.
Yeah, definitely sending my crossbow on him.
The other 2, I actually have a picture of what they look like too. One second.
And before I break like the brush line, I'm gonna message back to Carlithos, letting him know that I'll message him if anything goes wrong.
Alright, Phyllis.
You know what?
Stand on guard. Don't let them catch you.
What I'll do is I'll just put another poster board up here just so I can get the full game.
He's got a twin brother.
The other 3 are similarly dressed to what's on the photo. They do vary in different ways, preferably how they hold themselves and wear their armor. But they definitely do seem to be a seasoned sort. As you approach, and I'm sorry, you said you sent a message to Carlithos. I don't know if you said it out loud. I was getting everything set up here. I apologize.
Yep, I was just messaging Carlithos just to let him know if the situation was gonna go awry.
So you're the one they call Phileas.
I am indeed Phileas, sir.
What manner of creature are you? Are you one of them? Trying to break bread?
I do not know what them are, but I am but a humble tiefling cleric of Bahamut, sir.
Of Bahamut. You followed Bahamut.
That I do.
When will you people understand that Bahamut is way inferior to that of Helm himself?
Well, I have no ill will towards Helm. I believe all good gods have their place.
He kind of rubs his book, kind of clearly showing some degree of it's not sentimental, but meaning as he touches the book in his hand. He actually uses his thumb. He kind of rifles through the corner of the pages as he kind of looks at you. So, a man of Bahamut, tiefling as you called yourself, and others, as he kind of looks around.
Yes, there are others, and I assume if you are men of Helm, then you mean no ill will to those of similar good faith?
Helm is not prejudiced to his own. All will be held for justice, if need be. Just because a follower of Helm is a follower of Helm doesn't make him good nor evil. For if one does fall from the path, they will be judged accordingly.
That is all but true. If you do fall from the path, you are judged by Bahamut's flames, in my faith. Can I relay to the others that you mean us no harm if we mean you no harm?
We're willing to break bread. You got food?
1 second.
We got butter.
we have
got butter.
so much butter.
Butter and garlic.
Ah,
Surprised you couldn't smell us coming.
I do have but a few rations I'd be willing to spare, but I'm sure my group might have more.
Hair just comes out with his fucking barrel of butter.
I'll message Carlitos. The conversation seems to be going well enough.
As this individual whistles in kind of a rhythmic code-like whistle, obviously a call of some sort.
Oh, hold on. Can I retcon that just a little bit?
Sure.
All right. Does he seem to be telling the truth with a 12 insight?
I mean, insight's not necessarily used to determine truth or false or a lie. What I'll say, and we're talking about the whole, you have food, we can break bread conversation. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I just want to see if that's, if he's just trying to get us out, or if I'm trying to feel for him that he actually wants to break
So,
bread.
I would say that his hammer's still down, although he is rifling through his book on his chest. He's not. He doesn't seem to look aggressive to you. Definitely perplexed. He just has this resting bitch face. It just seems to be who he is. But he doesn't seem to, like, occasionally he'll whisper under his breath, but it kind of seems to you as more of a prayer than anything. Almost like anytime he's in silence, he's always mouthing something to himself.
Okay, I'll message Carlitos, and I'll tell him to have Fleece stand where he's at.
Do me one last favor before you do that. Roll me another insight, please.
Okay. $13.
Please hold. As he's rifling through that book with his thumb, he shifts a little bit and the book gets slid aside because it's kind of like on a necklace sort of a thing going on here. It's a weird arcane focus, I know. But it shifts to the side and a very familiar white tree resides under this book. You see like half of it as it slides and then repositions itself.
A white tree?
I so badly want to answer.
The bandits didn't have a white tree, right?
No.
If you didn't put...
You look at your shoulders and see the exact same fucking emblem on you.
Oh, is the tree Bahamut?
No, the
No.
white sapling insignia is freaking the Dogs of War.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm not a note taker.
I'm pretty sure Frog said make sure you put an insignia in your freaking inventory.
No, I don't remember that whatsoever.
I don't
Uh,
either. In all fairness.
Okay, so, sir, might I inquire, are you part of the Dogs of War?
Are you a brother in arms?
I'll move my cloak to show my insignia that I have. That's been there the whole time.
So you've been dispatched. Well, why didn't you say that?
One can never be too weary. And then I'll definitely message Carlitos to bring everyone around.
Seth, Fulton, get back here.
Start walking forward too.
Everyone, it's safe. Let's move forward.
As Seth and Fulton are called back, once again, very rugged soldier-looking like individuals. One of them's got a decent facial scar. The other one, although in armor, doesn't look like he's got the greatest hygiene either. Allow me to not be rude anymore. I am Marconi. That is Fulton. The individuals coming on the other sides here, or excuse me, that is Joseph. That's Fulton, and that's Seth over there. Boys, we have brothers here. As Seth comes out of the woodworks, the armor glistens in the firelight. He seems to be very rugged in nature. He's got that facial scar. And he doesn't seem to be smiling much at all, as he kind of just looks you up and down, takes a seat. Please, there's plenty of room around our fire here. Keep warm. There's always room for a battle brother.
Thank you, and I'll bring out my 5 rations and spread them around his group.
Good. Our hunt wasn't all that successful today. Is this all you have? Any more to spare?
I'm sorry, that is everything I have to offer. I will live off of what I can.
So, you travel with such a weird party? Is that an Oliphant?
Yes, this is my cleric brother from the temple. Carlithos is his name. Care.
Yes, Phileas.
Don't be rude. Introduce yourself.
The gods have brought such fine soldiers to the table.
Oh, Carlitos?
It is a great night to share a fire together.
I am Marconi. I am the holder of the Word of Helm. It's interesting to see you out here so distant from civilization. I assume you all have been on some sort of mission?
Yes, we have. Thalia, I mean, you have a trophy, correct?
He kind of notices that she just got talked about, and she'll kind of unhitch the head and kind of hold it up.
Oh,
Just
what?
It's like a quick thing.
You'll see Fulton react to it. That's disgusting. And then Seth will be like, what manner of creature mission were you on? And how's the pay?
Well, Our Lady Thalia is not one for many words, but it was not supposed to be this creature we were hunting, just a simple bandit, I suppose. It turned out that it was a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Joseph spits on the fire and it sizzles onto the bark. That's all it is these days. Monster hunts. Nothing but good, no good quality missions. The more they keep on hiring people, the more dogs of war they bring in. These new recruits are taking all the good glory jobs. It's only making it harder for us to earn an honest wage. You know what I mean? Am I right?
Well, we kind of got by this one by the skin of our teeth, I believe.
Well, I don't recognize you. You guys must all be new. As Joseph kind of once again with a haggard voice and almost, I don't want to say sarcastic or passive-aggressively. Like you guys are newbies or something. Now Joseph says, Marconi, we've talked about this. They are brothers in arms. They shall be treated with respect. I'll respect it if I get some more coin.
Thalia, noting this interaction, is going to keep a very close eye on the head.
I mean, Marconi, why? We're better than this. We've been brothers for years. Are we down to troll hunting? That's what we're doing now? Fulton speaks up. Seth, or Joseph, just relax, okay? It's better than starving. Seth would speak up, you know? I'd have to agree with Joseph on this one. I mean, how's the coin on your side, huh? Successful mission, right? What, do you gotta turn the head in?
I can't speak for the others, but I don't know what our contract price is. Unfortunately, I'm very new to this.
Nor I.
Please just gonna go disappear and hunt for something.
You mean you have no rockbin with you?
I'm gonna come out of Invis in front of everybody. I'm gonna be like, unfortunately, I'm not sure that this head in its current state is even gonna be usable to turn in for the reward.
Well, let me see. I've been a rockbin for years. Let me see your contracts.
No, that's okay.
I don't understand. You clearly are not sure, and I'm trying to help you.
Is a Rockbin the leader of the groups?
Yeah, remember ours was Rockbin Ugnak.
Oh, I just remember Knock.
Notch was shorted. His nickname is Notch, but his real name was Uknaksh.
Okay. Unfortunately, in our mission, our Rockbin fell to our target.
So who have you appointed as rockbin for the mission?
I did not know that was custom.
I'm telling you. See what I mean? Says Seth. And then, Fulton would chime up. They never train properly anymore. These are the people taking our wages. Now, says Marconi, relax. Okay? If you have nothing nice to say to our brothers, don't say anything.
So we should appoint someone as our new leader.
It is standard practice to assume the role of a mission. Typically someone who's devout to the cause and trustworthy enough to divide amongst the group. I assume you have all agreed to split the earnings.
I thought we would be paid individually. And money's usually no concern of mine, so...
We all carry separate contracts, each for the same head, and we all are given a portion, but we're paid individually.
Understood. So you claim all the winnings together in a pool and they just split it up. Yes, I understand that. That's how we do our business here. But who's holding the coin? Who's doing all the talking for you guys? Because you don't just divide it up equally. The payout is the payout. The multiple copies of these contracts. Don't you read your contract?
We would if somebody would let us have them. Point like pointedly at. Or no, he's not here. He went off to go hunt.
I don't have the contracts. I threw them in the bag after I looked at mine. So in the last session, when I came back, I threw the bag in the middle of all of you.
We all grab.
Yes, each of you has your contract. Because I looked at the contract and saw that I needed Lorraine's face, or else I couldn't get paid or get released in what I was hoping would happen. So I returned the contracts to you guys.
So you guys conveniently have your contracts now. Got it. All right, cool.
Conveniently.
Well, how much is your reward for this, Lorraine, whatever you said?
There seems to be a lot of verbiage on this contract that I'm not familiar with. Most of my proceedings would probably go to the temple anyways.
Here.
So you're tasked with bringing head back. Interesting. Nevertheless, let us break bread. Praise to Helm.
And Bahamut.
This individual by the name of Marconi. I'm sorry, what?
Say that, but then.
What?
If you're talking to us, we can't hear you.
I think he might be talking to someone else.
Okay, so as you break bread and whatnots, this individual once again rifling through his pages, kind of muttering under his breath, and this time a little bit louder. His words, the air that comes out of his mouth begins to kind of shine a little bit, and as it kind of hits the ground, loaves of bread start to literally show up as he conjures these things out of thin air. He hands you the bread, each, starting with you, Thalia.
I'm still my face is still covered, but I'll just give a tiny little nod and receive bread.
The bread is warm and soft, as if it just came out of an oven. Although conjured, it as you break it, that little fucking trail of steam comes out of it. It's warm, and do you bite into it?
If I can, I'll just lift like a little bit of my visor so that I can just get enough through to get bites in.
Sleight of hand, please.
Sleight of hand.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll a check as well. Okay. Doesn't notice you're a female. As you open up your visor, you take.
I have spoken too, and my voice is not.
Oh, fair enough. That he doesn't see your skin or anything like that. As you bite into the soft bread, it's pliable in your mouth and it's moist and chewy, and it tastes as if it's a sweet bread, almost like sugary in a way.
Is it like Texas Roadhouse?
Sure. Never been there, but sure, I'll take your word for it.
They're legendary. Like, it's almost worth it to go just for the buns.
That's probably all.
Isn't it like cinnamon butter?
They might. I don't know. Last time I went,
It
was
is.
just the bread.
So I was correct. I do remember. It's been a while since I went, but they have cinnamon butter that they allow you to put on the rolls, and it's fucking amazing.
Just hearing this makes me want to go once again just for the bread. Awesome. So as this happens, he continues as he hands one over to Flynn.
I'm gonna say thank you. I'm gonna take it.
Similar effects as you bite into it. It's
Biting it. Yeah, I gotta toast it, and I gotta spread some butter on it, man. Like, come on.
Put some garlic on it.
Yep.
Absolutely. As you go ahead and take care of that, he turns over to Phileas as he hands you one.
Praise be to Helm.
I agree. Praise be to Helm. And then to Kerlithos.
Bread.
Yes, this is bread.
Very loudly.
Hey, yo, let's cut this bread with something sharp.
The gods shall feast with us tonight.
He looks over at Phileas just in a weird sort of cockeyed manner, but begins to hand more bread out. Flea's gone, so Flea ain't getting shit. But to Fulton, Seth, and Joseph, as he begins to hand out more of this bread. Don't get me wrong, it tastes great, Marconi, but it's been like 5 days, buddy. Can't you conjure us a steak? Helm provides what is needed.
After I toast and butter the bread and put the garlic on it, I'm assuming I get probably can get 2 nice slices. If I cut it with my dagger, I'm gonna offer one to the guy who casted the spell.
I'm but a humble man, although I appreciate the additions you've made. I must humbly decline from one brother to another.
Wow, you should try it. I mean, this is going to be amazing. Just look at it.
Helm forbids it. Nothing must taint this palate, so that I may speak clearly the words.
Is any of this in conflict with what I understand the religion of Helm?
It depends on your interpretation of Helm. I mean, let's put it this way. I'll use a metaphor. Just because someone's born and raised Catholic, you could be a following Catholic. You don't have to be a following Catholic. You could be a devout Catholic. There's different avenues. So however you wish to interpret the teachings of Helm, so be it.
So then let me ask this. Do I know of the specific sects of worshipping Helm, and is any of this
it would appear,
or do I understand any?
Give me a religion check. We'll start there. Let's keep it within the confines of the game. Okay. This guy is going the extra mile. He's going above and beyond. He seems to be very, very devout. More than the average Joe.
Is he gonna be offended by me not following to the same degree that he does.
I wouldn't say we know if he's even noticed that Helm is your patron or what have you. So, I mean, unless you wish to bring it up in reference or in conversation, then other things may happen. But I don't believe you carry anything on you that
I mean, unless you had me come back with some sort of thing. But I left my breastplate, which had the Red Knight's emblem on it.
Well,
So
based
currently
on...
I'm just vanilla.
Yeah, you're vanilla, correct, because of what we discussed pre-game. You are vanilla.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to be very vague there on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah, you're a blank slate. So he hasn't quite picked up on that.
I'm gonna, if you need me, let me know. But I'm gonna try to like research more of Helm's stuff. Like,
Perfectly
as far
fine
as,
with
like, Forgotten Realms lore.
All right. So I'm assuming you're heading back to Ashwood.
Yes, that is true. Are you still on your mission? Hunting trolls, was it?
Yes, well, our contract that we took was the only one available on the bulletin. But they gave it to us because we are more of a seasoned crew. Seth there is our resident monster slayer. He kind of looks up and raises his hand in kind of like a proud moment. Fulton, you see, he's kind of back up. He's more of an ambusher of sorts, but he's good with the sword. I guess that's what matters. And Joseph is Joseph, and then Joseph kind of got on the fire, and it kind of sizzles yet again. This job sucks. Marconi, we're better than this. People are dying, Joseph. They need us. No, we need the coin. You need to eat. This is not spending 7 to 10 days just getting there. It's not worth it, Marconi. It's not worth it. If I had it my way, I'd put a sword in Matua's back myself. Out of character, Matua is one of the 2 people that own the Dogs of War. You guys would all know that because technically he's your employer, at least one of the 2. And then Seth would chime in. Ha! I do it for free. Am I right, guys? As he kind of leans in towards all you guys.
I'm sorry, but I've never had the pleasure of meeting Matua.
Cheap bastards are what they are. He's lucky that he's the only employee around that's willing to do what we like. These damn elves are so passive-aggressive, it makes me sick. Seth, we don't need another Joseph in the party. How's your bread? As Marconi would ask. I see you are all speechless. It must be that good.
Oh, I thought he was asking Seth. No, this is quite good. It's much better than the rations I provided to you, so I must apologize.
So tell me, when was the last time you've spoken with Helm? All of you.
Can't say that I ever have. I was a follower of Torm since I was little, and Carlithos here, he showed me the light of Bahamut, and I've not turned back since.
I don't understand the appeal of this Bahamut. I cannot fathom the concept of a god that doesn't speak out to me like Helm does. Helm, the true god.
Bahamut recognizes you as a devout follower. But not all are spoken to by Bahamut.
Helm believes in balance. And if Bahamut is worthy enough to balance the opposition, to create more justice, then for now, I will humbly agree to disagree.
certainly would not challenge your faith, sir. I hope that you would not challenge mine.
That's fair. Seth, where's that bottle of Luxtrum? Alright, 1 second. Kind of peels open his backpack, a big, large, kind of like glass, I don't want to say a wine bottle, but it's kind of that shape, but it's one with a bulbous bottom, you know what I mean? It has like rope and shit that kind of ties around it. Yes, please, Seth, pass that around. As he kind of leans it over towards you, Curlythos.
I hold it and I'm looking straight down the bottle.
It seems
Like
to
I'm
be-
looking down the barrel of a gun.
It seems to be like half full. In fact, as it, because of the movement of it just going to your hand, it kind of swishes in a way that the aroma comes out of the bottle right into your trunk. And it's very fruity. It has a fruity palate to it that you can tell, like a berry, strawberry kind of infusion.
When it hits my trunk, when it hits my palate, I immediately put my trunk almost onto the top of the bottle. Like it's just like right there, inhaling the fumes, the scent. And I'm just staring straight down the barrel of the gun.
Can I grab this from Carlitos?
Of course you
Are
can.
Are you willing or unwilling, Car?
No, yeah. If you grab it, and I'm not paying. Like I'm not. I'm almost in a.
France?
Yeah, in a trance. So I'm. It's not like I'm not like grasping this thing for dear life.
Oh God.
Yeah,
No,
you
I'm not.
ain't,
I'm not. I'm not.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna grab this. No, please. Kara apparently has an affinity for the wine.
Wait.
This is not just any wine. This is Luxtrum. This comes from the east side. Directly from the Luxtrum Guild themselves. You won't taste a finer quality. I assure you, dear Loxodon, you're missing out.
I fear in that lies the problem.
Phileas, it's just one drink, right?
Persuade me.
You could do persuasion checks. I'm cool with that.
Your Phileas' hero, so.
12.
Alright, 1 second.
You could do any kind of counter roll that you wish.
I'm just gonna do a charisma save. Where the hell are the charisma saves? They're there. Alright, I'm good. I'm gonna hold steady.
As you hold it in your hand, and I can just imagine a trunk reaching out for it as you kind of hold it behind you, like over your head, like, no! You also smell it, Phileas. And once again, the aroma is quite an amazing aroma.
With Phileas never having wine, I think it's going to smell awkward to him, so he's just going to just push it right back into, I think it was Seth's hands.
As sorry, wrong tube. He waves it and kind of points it over towards Thalia. Please pass it around.
I'll kind of like wave it away. I'll pass it on to the next person if need be, but
Flynn would be next in that
Okay.
line.
then I'll hand it off to him.
I'm gonna look at it and just be like, a little too young for this. I'm just gonna hand it off to the person to the right or left, whatever order it's in.
You hear a spat and a sizzle. You insult us, we offer you our finest wine as a way to, be friendly, and you don't even bother? Joseph, you need... What have we discussed? Do your breathing techniques. Marconi, that shit doesn't work, I tell you every time! They're being rude! Oy, Joseph. There's so much work I need to do with you. Forgive my partner. He's... doesn't understand the concept of civil communication. It's just... more for me, I guess. Fine, give me that. And he kind of yanks it out of your hand, Phileas, or... Flynn. It swishes around. He puts the cork on it, hands it back to Seth.
I just, come on, Phileas. I could just have one sip.
Control yourself. Is this how Bahamut wants to see you?
It's almost as if Bahamut talks to me more the more I partake in the wine.
You You told me yourself. It is forbidden.
But there's no one else here to dissuade me. Besides you, if you were not here, I would. Oh, I would. Oh, I would.
Oh, what type of cleric in learning would I be if I would let you?
I appreciate you standing your ground, but one day, when you're not looking, Bahamut and I shall become so much closer than ever before.
Sometimes you scare me more than Bahamut's might.
Have I found an animal yet to kill?
We're getting there. Why don't you place your tokens, just because we can.
Oh, I was out hunting this whole entire time.
You only been gone for maybe 5-10 minutes. This is all just random conversation.
Where are
But I didn't find anything on the hunt.
We haven't gotten to you yet.
Okay.
Guys are just over there being weird.
Oh no, I just threw my token on here while I was trying to figure shit out.
Okay.
There's really there's no grid placement. In fact, I'll just take off the grid for now.
I was more alluding to the fact that they were just like way off.
Yeah.
I was trying to control Care. He really wanted that wine.
His precious.
Dude, I love the ambiance right now on this table. Absolutely. Okay, so since Flea is so eager, as you trail off, Flea, we'll go to Flea for a hot second here. As you trail off, you know, the lighting goes dimmer, but your dark vision covers that shit up pretty well. You go that way. What are you looking to do?
I am looking to try and find an animal, and I roll 4 like last time.
You know, you look around the area, and although you hear the sounds of chirping and insect life, as you stand still to kind of just, you know, your whiskers sense the air, the vibrations around, your nose does a little fucking rat twitch, you know, as it sniffs around looking for something. You feel a tickle on your ankle.
I'll look down towards my ankle.
You look down towards your ankle and you see your clothing. You still feel a tickle, and it seems to be up by your calf.
I'm gonna basically see what's going up my leg.
You pull up are you wearing pants of some sort? Are you wearing a leg covering?
Yes.
You look down and you start lifting up, I guess, your pant leg.
Yep. We'll go with pant leg.
Well, that's fine. You lift up your pant leg, and you know it's pretty dim around these parts, and mixed in with your fur and your dark vision, it's not like, you know, you can. Oh, actually, no, you have dim as bright, right? Is your dark vision dim as bright?
No, that was
Dim is bright.
Oh, for you too.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
because he's a rat. I think he gets dim as
Oh,
bright.
wow.
Yeah, inside the fur on your calf, you see a long creature with a shit ton of legs and 2 really big pincers in the front.
I'm gonna sleight of hand and whip that off because I know exactly what that is.
Sure, go ahead. Oh
24.
yeah. You you throw it out, and it just kind of just cascades into the darkness and hits the ground, and disappears under some brush. Essentially, it was like a 8-inch long, thick motherfucking centipede.
Yep. As soon as you said mandibles. I was like, "Yep, that's a centipede. Whip that shit off right now. That's probably poisonous." We've been in this area before where a snake bit me in the thigh.
Steven, I just realized that. That's funny.
You're welcome.
Nevertheless, that's what you deal with. As you look over your shoulder, you can see the faint trickle of that light from the campfire. What do you wish to do, Flea?
I'll go in another area and do another search.
All right, I'm gonna give you another half hour on that, so time has to
Okay.
elapse for that. So we'll go back to the camera, back to the camp. So, how do you plan to hand in your wages or get your wages? If you don't know how to properly turn everything in, I want to be able to help a fellow brother. Or sister.
Someone's got to answer.
I don't understand.
Really
You haven't
trying
drank. You haven't drank any of our Luxstrom. How have you seemed so drunk? Or out of it? Are you all tired?
Sorry, I didn't realize we were switching over. I suppose we're all very new to this. How does one go about appointing another... I'm sorry, what did you call them?
I'm sorry, what are you referencing?
Rockman.
A rockbin, yes.
Yes, a Rockman, a squad leader, I guess, under the common tongue.
Well, how would you go about appointing a new squad leader? Is there a ritual of sorts?
Well, under normal circumstances, you would approve yourself and your abilities and go through the training, of course. The trials have to happen to earn that rank. It is rank, after all, but you would be above your standard rank and file. I assume the rest of you are all rank and file. You're all new here based on your emblems and your crests. You don't seem to hold any kind of rank here. This you get when you become higher, past Rockben. I've been Rockben for many years in many successful missions. I have since made my way up to a Mathor. Mathor Marconi, excuse me.
So, Mathor, seeing as we
Please,
are all...
as a brother, you can call me Marconi.
Marconi, seeing as we're all quite new and pretty much the same rank and file as everyone here, how would you go about to choose who should be our new squad leader?
Well, once again, I have not traveled. I do not know your skills in combat and brain matter. I don't know your reasoning and your intellect. That would have to be chosen temporarily amongst you all, I would imagine.
Well, I mean, I suppose if it were up to me, my vote goes to Keralithos.
Are you sure? I've only known Carlitos but 15, 20 minutes at most, and he already seems to not be able to contain himself of rational thoughts under certain situations.
Oh, when it matters, he does come through in a pinch, though. He has saved my life at least twice. Suppose Lady Thalia does seem that she is battle-hardened, though. Flynn does seem to be smart, although quite young.
Did you say Lady Thalia?
Yes, as he gestures over to her.
Thalia.
Yes, Lady Thalia.
Is he?
Miladar?
Can I get an
Miladar
insight?
Thalia?
Ah, goddamn. Can I? Oh shit.
I do not know. I only know her as a comrade. Would I know where Miladar is, coming from this side?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. I mean, I think under some circumstances, it's almost like if I was in another country and not knowing what Washington, D.C. was. Like, I'm an American. I know that the Kremlin is like the head of Russia, right?
Gotcha.
So Mirador would be under general knowledge the dwarven city.
I'm afraid I cannot say. I've never heard of this Miladar before.
Can it be? As Marconi would kind of approach you, Thalia. Thalia, you're sitting down, right?
Sitting down, kind of sharpening my halberd, and I'm focused on it, and as he kind of approaches, I'm gonna kind of
His shadow,
like, look up at him.
like he kind of comes in between the fire and you, so he basically turns silhouette on you, and it's almost as if you see a little bit of a glow around him. It's really weird. But Thalia, the chosen Thalia? It cannot be.
Just Thalia now.
Thalia, Helm chosen Thalia.
He's just given me assistance in my endeavors. Whether or not I'm chosen was something that however you could refer to the people of Miradarlians, I don't know how you say it, but whatever it would be.
I like it, Mildarlians.
However, how they deemed me chosen, I just pulled a gauntlet from the statue.
But word has spread that you fell.
If we're going to speak about this, perhaps we could speak of it privately, away from the rest of my crew and your crew.
Persuasion check. I still have to do a counter roll, so hold on. Hold on, so you're persuading me, which means you set the DC and I meet to beat. So I rolled a 6. So technically I meet your DC, so therefore I beat. No, something like this needs to be spoken in the presence of witnesses. If you are the Thalia, and you seem to be nervous about this conversation, I need to know what's happening. You should be at the side of Helm right now, in his lands.
How tall is he?
5'12".
Okay. I'm still gonna be taller than him. I'm gonna stand up to kind of, if we're gonna talk about this, she's gonna kind of meet it like head on kind of thing. So she's gonna stand up. I was felled by a hag in whatever region of whatever continent. Fill in the blanks, please, Frog.
I see. And has the rest of your previous party fallen as well?
I cannot be certain. But I failed them, that's all I am certain.
They have memorialized you at Murladar. You now reside under the foot of Helm in a sarcophagus made of solid marble. I do not understand how you are here right now, as he begins to kind of slowly lower himself to the ground.
Please, don't bow for me. I'm just a person.
You're not just a person. You are the one that's going to do what's
Only
needed.
Asher would be fucking eating this up.
Yeah,
right
dude,
now.
you totally would.
Probably gonna watch the VOD and eat it up.
Oh god.
My God.
Please, it is my duty. I must assist in any way I can. As he kind of like he seems to be flabbergasted or like he's trying to think of something on the fly. Here. He takes off his book and he places it or attempts to place it around your neck. This is the word.
Don't you need this?
My Helm is here, but you are the hand of Helm. You are the one. You need this more than I. In here is the scriptures that I have memorized, the scriptures that I have written by hand from the book itself. Please take this as my offering.
Let him place it around my neck.
The book is fucking heavy. This parchment is like fucking thick as shit. The pages are they bend a little bit, but there's like hardly any give to it. It's almost like these pages are made of solid cardboard in a way. Each inscription on the inside is handwritten, and the languages kind of cascade through different languages, from Elvish to Dwarvish to Gnomish to Common. Many of the what I call the allied races tongues. And there's imagery in here. You actually, if you were to flip through it, you would see a familiar gauntlet as well. In fact, towards the end, there seems to be a statue of Helm with the fist raised to the ceiling, and under it, there's a sarcophagus, or at least a rendering of a sarcophagus. And then in the corner on the side, there seems to be a rubbing.
The rubbing of.
It's your name.
How can you even be sure I'm the same person? If this is what you believe happened to Thalia, how are you so willing to believe that I'm her?
Because my heart tells me it is true.
I appreciate your gift. She doesn't really know what else to really say other than she's not ready for this shit.
Marconi begins to kind of sit to your side, and he would begin to just start talking God stuff, man. Like just ramblings, talkings. He almost, in a way, in his own way, even though very mature for his age, you know, very much to himself. But even the most mature man can get a little giddy sometimes, and sometimes that behavior pierces through his facade, you know, as he would continue just talk your ear off. Whether or not you reply is on you, but he would definitely keep making references and like, what was Helm like when he touched you, you know, like what he look like, you know, and how, you know, and all this. Like he's a high on life. Right now.
Fangirling.
Is he like to the degree of excitement where I can just kind of sit back and let him kind of be?
Oh, he'll talk your ear off.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll talk the fuck out of your ear
I'll
off.
let him go as far as he wants to go.
100%.
Until he starts like insisting upon answers or whatever.
Absolutely. All right. As by the way, everyone bore witness to that except for Flea. So you're all welcome to add, subtract, whatever you want from that. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I guess if you guys want to ask questions,
Thalia.
it's time for it.
Thalia,
Yeah, yes, Care.
are you a vessel for a god?
At one point, I may have been.
Don't let her sass you. She doesn't understand the significance of her existence right now.
Have you actually met your god?
Formally,
Well, then you are truly, truly blessed.
I just do the best I can.
I fear as if you're more humble than I, or Carlithos here. It seems that you have done your god many honors.
I suppose I had in the past. I believe he brought me back for redemption.
Yes, you mentioned you were felled. You were slain.
Yes, by a hag.
Please explain. My lady, I need to know what type of death is reversible through the power of Helm.
I guess I'm gonna tell the story, like from the point where we were in the woods and everybody got turned into pigs except for me, and then we all got basically captured, and how I held the the sword up. I managed to get myself into the position to have my sword up to her neck, and I attempted to take her head off, and she managed to avoid it, and she cut me in half with a wall of ice. And I'll kind of trace like the line of the scar that I have on the gun.
Yes, you're telling me your upper half was removed from its lower half.
Yes.
Truly incredible. My lady, it is a miracle and a gift that you are here. See, as he turns to Kerlithos and Phileas, the power of Helm exists right here!
I do not.
She's gonna kind of look at Care and kind of like be apologetic, trying to retain respect, but not. She can't really stop him from being who he's gonna be.
It seems that we've found our Rock the Kashba.
Flynn's gonna chime in and be like, possibly. So who were your traveling companions when you were over there?
Many people in our group that left. Well, I don't know if any of them you would know.
Anyway, I'm gonna take first watch for the night, guys. And Flynn's going to just start patrolling around on the edges.
Wait, this...
This man just heard of reincarnation and a proxy of a god and thinks that it's a good time to go patrol.
Not many have the same faith as we do here, Care.
Precisely. And it's important to respect that.
You hear a sizzle.
She's gonna kind of say that very forcefully, so that what's this guy's name? Marconi can kind of like take a mental note that that's what I said.
You hear a sizzle as once again Joseph hocks a loogie into the fire. All bullshit if you ask me. Joseph! I'm through with you. Doesn't understand. My lady,
Joseph.
Pay no mind to him. He's a godless wreck.
He will not remain godless forever. Bahamut already has a plan for him. The day he took up arms.
Well, he's already cursed out Helm. Maybe Bahamut would be the second best choice, I suppose. Wouldn't you say, Lady Thalia?
Personally, I don't follow her primarily. I follow the Red Knight. She is the leader of my order, which I was brought up.
The Red Knight and Helm are practically sisters. You should know this from the scripture.
I was not raised on the scripture. This would be... I kind of grabbed the book. It's like, this would be the first holy text of Helm I've ever even seen.
Ha! So you proved my point then. You do need it. Spread the word. Explain to these people what's coming, what his plan is. Be the mouth of Helm.
I will do... I will simply be the good soldier I was trained to be.
Oh, I'm sure your day will come where he will speak to you and set you back on your holy quest.
Does the book, being as large as it is, give me another armor?
I'm getting to that.
Okay, I was wondering.
It will give you a +1 to your AC.
Okay. Sorry, it's just like I saw it on his chest, like, man, that could catch a firebolt pretty
100 fucking percent. That's exactly what I had planned for it. So you can document it as the word of Helm. We'll consider it a magic item, and It gives you a +1 to your AC, as long as you are wearing it. It is heavy, though, so it will add some weight to you, as if it was another set of, like, breastplate or something.
Do you know which column is the weight and which one is
I think it's the right side.
number of items?
Right side is weight, left side is the number of items.
How much should I put it down for, Frog?
Let's do an eighth of the weight of normal breastplate.
Eighth of the weight of normal breastplate.
Damn, that's a heavy book.
I told you,
Yeah,
this ain't a fucking dick around book. It's giving you armor, for fuck's sake.
So then retroactively, he's gonna put that on me, and I'm gonna be like
Yeah, theoretically
like
speaking.
when Gandalf kind of drops the ring in Frodo's hand.
Correct, and it goes bang.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
100%.
All right. Does it have like the gauntlet of Helm or something on front of it, or the eye?
It would have, yes, the symbol of Helm within a
Okay.
shield, like a justice crest of some sort.
Okay. All right.
Awesome. This calls for wine, Marconi says as he once again calls for the wine, and Seth kind of fucking goddamn.
Yes, it does.
Cap,
Jeez.
no!
And as you guys bicker about wine and all that little comedy ensues, Flynn, as you walk out, you find yourself practically bumping into Flea.
Successful hunt.
Trying another area.
I'm just on patrol here, so keep at it. Could use the meat.
Alrighty.
As Flynn is a master at his words and deep dialogue, he trails off into the dark tree line. Flea, go ahead and roll me a survival check again.
Oh my god!
Well, I haven't seen Flea in a while. I better be off to bed.
You actually, as you say that, a bolt lands in camp. In the distance,
Good God, Flea.
in the distance, you hear Flea say,
Fuck.
"Oh, hey, watch where you're fucking shooting!" shouts Joseph.
Well, I'm just gonna head back to camp.
As you make your way back to camp, the light shines upon your fur and face. You see Marconi sitting like crisscross applesauce right next to Thalia and like invading personal bubble space, man. He's just all in it. Joseph.
I have a way to redeem or fix that whenever we get back to me.
Fair. Joseph begins to lean up on the structure a little bit as if he's using it to prop himself up like a recliner. It looks like he's getting ready to fade away. Fulton kind of digs under the skull as some sort of makeshift tent, while Seth himself opens up a book and begins to kind of scribble inside. Ugh! I'm out of ink. Anyone have any ink?
Let me check my backpack. I may have.
Give him that whatever it was, like the vial of black liquid. See if he knows what that is. 65. Jesus.
Well, two things. One, here's some rations.
We've eaten already. Where have you been?
Oh, I was trying to get you some damn dinner, but if you're gonna be like that, no more rations.
Hey, Ratface, chill the fuck out, okay? We're brothers, right? Some of us.
Well, you don't sound like a brother.
Now, Seth, yeah, he may be vermin, but he wears our crest.
Flea was unwillingly forced into our brotherhood. Please give him some slack.
Fulton stands up. Ha! I do recognize you! As he points across the fire.
I'm sorry.
Your face was on the board last week.
What do you mean on the board last week?
You know damn well what I mean. He rolls with you?
Yes.
Fulton, please. Just get some sleep. But sir, Marconi. It's an order, Fulton. Oh. Oh, Flea, having been called out, where's your head at?
Quite questioning why his head was on, or why his picture was on paper, considering he was already sold off to the dogs of war like weeks ago. So that's going through my head, but then I still have the vial in my hand.
Ah, so you do have ink.
Well, I found this in a cave. You can try it. I don't know what it is.
Let me see here. Yeah. Ah, ink. Can I have it?
Sure, just hand me back the vial, please.
Here, take my old one. Kind of whips you, kind of throws it in the air like under toss kind of thing. And catch it. It's just an empty vial of ink. It still has like ink residue, and he spilled some on the side, so it's not really well maintained, but it's a glass vial.
Hey, it's another vial for poison.
As he begins to scribble over his shoulder, Flea, the campfire kind of shines through the parchment that he's writing with or on, and you can kind of just see what looks like sketchings of a man with a female and a child between them standing in front of a lake, as it's like really finely drawn.
Must be your family.
Can I have a little privacy, please?
Yeah, sure. Flea will use his, Shadow Blend and climb up into a tree that overlooks camp.
Absolutely. I assume the plan here is to do a long rest?
Yeah.
Before we do, I'm gonna
Yep.
ask Marconi if he has a tent or a dry bedroll. Dry bedrolls that we could borrow.
My Lady Thalia, here, take mine. I'll keep watch all night.
Damn!
Thanks.
That's some service right there!
Who else? Does anybody else need a clean or a dry bedroll?
I was so when we first started laying out camp, I was drying our bedrolls.
Okay, so let's just say, for the sake of simplicity, since the beginning of conversation to the middle of, crosstalk, getting to know each other, stories, contracts, all that bullshit, it's a bit about an hour, roughly. Next to open fire, so I'm pretty sure I'll consider your bedrolls damp, not soaked.
Okay. Can I get a tent off these guys?
If you look at here, he starts to peel off his cape. We could simply put this between two twigs, or we can make something here for you, my Lady Thalia.
I hate to deprive you of your cape.
No, it's the least I can do for the word.
Felius is looking at this perplexed.
Basically, what I'm trying to do is try to get rid of my point of exhaustion here. That's the main goal.
That's fine.
I slept in my armor the previous night.
I understand.
Okay.
Do you need help with your armor before you go to sleep, Lady Thalia?
No, I don't take off my armor in front of.
May I please at least see the face of our Savior?
That's not a privilege I am permitted to give.
Well, if it's the will, then I guess I must accept it. I can't wait to tell everyone back at. I can't even talk. I apologize. I don't mean to lose myself, Lady Thalia.
It's fine. It's time for bed, and I would like to have my dinner.
Please rest. I will keep watch.
Okay. I'm gonna take the cape and try to find a spot that I can hang it up that's a little bit removed from everybody else.
Sure. As you remove yourself from everyone else to get some distance, naturally Marconi is following fairly close behind, preparing for watch.
I can be a little bit a ways from the campfire without needing you to follow.
You're right, milady. I'm sorry. He'll take one step back and turn around.
I'm gonna nod to him and then continue on my way. I just want to kind of be. Maybe...
Oh, I know what you're looking for.
Okay. All right.
Marconi is starstruck, so
I understand.
you're lucky he hasn't asked for your autograph.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, as you guys all prep in your ways before bed, Flynn, how are you prepping, or if you're going to bed at all?
After my little walk, I kind of just come back. I'll just be like, looks pretty clear, and I'm just gonna, I just use my cape because I don't have a bedroll or anything like that. But I got a nice big fluffy cape, so I just kind of use it.
Roger that. Flea, how you resting up for the night? I know you climbed a tree.
Oh yeah, I'm just basically just laying down on a tree branch, basically
Gotcha.
curling up.
Awesome. Phileas, how are you prepping for the evening?
Well, as Flynn and Flea have seemed to have taken the first watch, I will take the second watch.
Please, any followers of Lady Thalia, I got this. I will watch you guys. I will protect you all.
Oh, I appreciate that, but I would be doing a disservice to my comrades and to Bahamut if I did not.
Have it your way. Drink.
Is Carolithos asleep?
I don't know. Carlitos, how do you prep for bed?
I said a prayer, which sounded like this. Bahamut, if you have placed me in the path of another vessel, please tell me this is a sign of what's to come for me. I offer myself for you.
Religion check.
Bada boom.
Okay. Thank you. Awesome.
I am asleep.
You go to sleep. Fucking. So Phileas, as you look over, you do find that Carlitos is asleep.
Okay, well, being offered the wine, I'm going to give myself a charisma check. DC 10, so 5 or below, I'll drink this wine. I'm holding steady, I'm not drinking this wine.
You clearly, as Seth kind of talks towards you, like, you clearly don't know how to relax. Well, you new recruits are always such a tight ass. That's what I've been saying all along. Joseph spats into the fire again. Fulton, would you guys keep it down, please? I'm trying to get to bed. Follow orders. We got a long walk tomorrow.
If I might ask, where are you heading?
With all due respect, we may be brothers and everything, but if you're not going to divulge your information, I'm not going to divulge mine.
Not sure what we haven't divulged to you.
You won't even let us look at your contracts. It's almost a common courtesy to do so under our roof.
Well, if you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
I just want to say that the Dogs of War sharing their contracts and wages makes them a better company than most companies.
100% pay transparency.
Sure. Seth stands up, kind of puts the book away of sketching. He kind of clasps the ink flask and steps over the fire towards you. He rumbles in his fucking backpack. He rustles through his backpack and pulls out this little scroll, and he kind of pulls it over. It speaks of troll sightings in the western side of this region. A troll, an odd thing. There's been some missing livestock. There's been some injuries in about 2 or 3 cases of missing people. All seem to be centered around the sightings of a troll-like figure. What is peculiar upon this sighting is that this troll seems to be gunked in this ooze, this blackish colored ooze that seems to adhere itself in blotches around its skin. The quest requested is to eliminate this threat with proof and bring it back for a solid pay scale of 400 gold. See?
That seems like quite treacherous contract you've accepted.
It's all that's left. All you newbies keep on taking everything else.
Well, I can't speak for the rest of the group, but I mean, being brothers in arms, if I were to convince everyone, would you want our help? I would not dare ask for the piece of the rewards.
I don't know if that's a good idea. You gotta understand, we have mouths to feed, and the more people involved, the more of a cut, the lower the reward. I can't. What is he saying? Joseph, just shut the fuck up. I don't think it's a good idea. If we even mention it, I'm sure Joseph will do something stupid or say something stupid. Are you talking about me? Joseph, shut the fuck up.
Very well understood. He'll hand back the contract and he'll dig through his knapsack and hand him his.
Hold. What was the price tag I put on here? 600, right?
Was it 600?
No, it was 50 gold pieces each of us. So it would have been 300.
Ha! And you successfully did this for only 300? Clearly you guys are undercutting your abilities. See, Joseph, it's not that bad. Oh, shut up, asshole.
As I said, we're all quite new to this.
Well, you need to learn how to negotiate your wages. These employers we have, although they definitely skim off the top and make themselves rich, it is an honest wage, unfortunately. As much as I want to stick that honest wage up his honest ass, it's a living. But you need to speak up next time. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that your Rockbed did not negotiate further.
Well, he did seem to be quite the paranoid type. So maybe he thought that he was getting the best deal.
Well, you hold on to that contract, because it means nothing if it's missing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the information.
Do you all carry your own individuals, or do you pool them together?
I was under the understanding that we are all getting a share cut, so I assume it's pooled, but I am not one to argue.
Well, you still have at least a 4 days journey in front of you if you're heading to Ashwood. We ourselves another 5 to 7, pending weather, of course. Nevertheless, I must button down for the evening. Looks like Marconi's found a new love slave. I guess he's going to take watch. It's good for me, more sleep.
Well, if you are in need of our assistance, we will humbly repay a warm campfire and conversations.
Well, we shall see. Marconi does fly under the guise of the early bird gets the worm, so best sleep now. Early to bed, early to rise, and all.
Well, Bahamut, Helm, or whatever deity you pray to, watch over you.
Yeah, sure. And that takes care of that. What's your passive perception, Phileas?
Oh, bad.
How
12?
How about it? 12? Okay. Just checking. All right. Cool, guys. Honestly, that's a good spot to end this tonight. I mean, that's a nice little curtain close there. Nice conversation. Meet some other dogs of war.
Hey, no. It's got to close out a little differently.
Oh?
Yeah, we got to go back about 15 minutes when Flynn was on his little passive patrol.
Okay.
And as he gets far away from the party,
Oh, okay.
He reaches into his pocket and he goes, "Are you there? Hello? Yep. Guess who I found?" And that's it.
Gotcha. All right. We will close on that obscure antidote or antidote. What do you call that?
Anecdote.
What was it?
Anecdote.
Antidote. Thank you. I said antidote like it's poison.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
We got poison.
So, why don't you go ahead and place your tokens where they belong? Hopefully, you guys got a kick out of Marconi and the gang.
Something.
A lot of decent backstory tonight. More than I had anticipated. It's nevertheless awesome backstory stuffs. Some reveals. Always fun. Nevertheless, guys, before we part for the evening, any questions, comments, or concerns?
Yeah, I'm gone.
What do you mean?
I don't know where I am.
We all disappeared.
He's off the table.
I'm gone. I don't know
You're off
where.
the edge of the map. Here there be monsters.
Wait, what?
I don't know where my guy is.
Pirates of the Caribbean drank.
They're all over in our box.
No, he's not there.
I'm not
He's
there.
not there.
I'm not there.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Hold
shit.
on. Did you delete it?
You're
No, I didn't. I just
fired.
click and dragged. I didn't delete.
You probably threw it in your DM box or something.
The gray box.
Is it in your gray box?
Did I save your token to the board by accident?
I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
The fuck?
Where did it go? Is it? Did I throw it in this treasure chest?
Way to go, Carolithos.
I don't know what happened.
You are no longer Phileas's hero.
Yeah, you threw it in the fucking treasure chest.
I know.
How do you do that?
You just
I don't know.
pull it on top of it. That treasure chest, by the way, is for you guys to store whatever it is you want to store in there. So if there's items and things in there that you want to... Like,
Yourself?
Yourself, yeah. And anything of the like. Alright, dudes, let me kill the stream real quick, and we can do our after action and fucking dip out of here.
Okay.
Thank you guys for bearing with me today. I know I've been working a lot of overtime. Hopefully tonight's game was enjoyable. Sweetheart, next session, who are we killing off? We have Flynn, Carlithos, Phileas,
Dang it,
Thalia,
Zoe!
or Flea.
No!
Either Flea, Flynn, Carlithos, Phileas, or Thalia. Who's dying next session?
Carlithos.
Okay, Carlithos
Oh.
He
again.
really bad he's lucky he even survived the fight.
Oh, yeah?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure I was the one that almost died.
Awesome. Nevertheless, guys, lots of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. And, yeah. By the way, that new armor system, fuck you guys. That shit's tanky as shit. Just
Yeah,
throw
for
that
the-
out there.
For the heavy armor people.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. I mean, you guys haven't turned in your guard points and whatnot to do your little pirouettes and shit, but, I'm pretty sure that'll come to light as we go.
I was. I just didn't have a hentai monster attacking me.
Anti-monster. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I am going to enjoy my weekend. I'm actually going to... Oh, I can't say it because the kids are here. I'm taking my kids someplace special on Saturday. I'll be
For
unavailable.
my birthday.
Yes, for your birthday. How old are you going to turn?
12.
12.
Aw, happy birthday, Zoe!
Happy birthday!
Even though you want to kill us all, happy birthday!
She is turning 12 in but 5 days. She was born on 8, 9, 10, just so you guys know.
No. Why is 6 afraid of 7?
What?
Why was 6 afraid of 7?
Because 7, 8, 9.
She got you good, Steve.
Yeah,
No.
I'm gonna let Zoe have a shot of liquor on her birthday. I'm
mean,
just kidding. So.
Starting young.
Oh shit! I'm still streaming.
Liquor? Did you say?
I mean,
I mean-
you did say joking.
I mean, we killed a lot of monsters, and we're doing a long rest. I'm gonna do that player question. Did we level up?